All right, Mark, I love it when you do the countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Kush from the Hub, and I just want to let y'all know that on Thursday, May 13 at 8 p.m., I'll be appearing on Nerd Cage Live to chop it up with him. We're going to be talking a lot of stuff. Real excited for it. Hope to see you guys there.
Does he look like a bitch?
Mark, can you believe we are closing in on our 1-year anniversary?
Man, it feels like it was literally a week ago when we started this thing.
So that being said,
we're gonna do a watch party for one of my favorite movies, Pulp Fiction. And who better to do that with than our friends at Real Talk, a movie podcast. So joining us is gonna be Gabe Conway, Wesley Jones, and Tommy Wood.
be there, honey bunny. Thursday, June 17th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central.
Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in a nerd cage with your hosts Mark and Jay. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You are about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello and welcome. That's right, you are trapped in Nerd Cage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show and a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us tonight. Sorry for the delay. Master Pesina had a family emergency, so we're just waiting right now. We just wanted to just not go on air. So anyway, yes, this is the Mortal Kombat 2021 Watch Party. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jason G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from Syracuse, New York, and always with me, the warrior from Wakanda, the Fiend from Louisville, Mark Withers. Go around all the realms and introduce all of our fine combatants tonight.
Greetings, Earthrealmers. Sorry we are so late, but we are finally here. The moment has arrived, and yes, we have our team here, starting with Daikaiju Tony, Titangoji, and of course Dion McGill. And we are waiting for Sifu Pesina. He's got a family emergency, so we're just kind of like waiting for him to come in. But we figured we'd go ahead and get started with our stream. We hope you guys are ready to watch this movie with us.
Yeah, and thank you for your patience, everybody, and thank you for tuning in here. We know we got the NFL draft going on today. By the way, I hope the Giants draft Devontae Smith. People keep in the chat. Anybody want to let me know? Say so in the chat. Keep me updated on the draft. So yeah, so like I said, I figured we'll hang out for a little bit here. Again, we are just waiting for Sifu Pesina because we just didn't want to keep you guys, hanging there too long. Unfortunately, we don't have community note capability right now. So anyway. So I figured for starters, we can go around the stream here, and we can all talk about what we thought about the movie and whatnot. So Tony, what are your general thoughts on the movie?
I thought it was all right. There were parts that I liked a lot about it, but at the same time, there were some aspects of it that I thought could have been improved given the potential with all the crazy and drastic changes they've done from the source material. For example, the whole Highlander powers of basically, you defeat this person, you get the person's ability, or not really abilities, but you get the tattoo.
Yeah.
And the whole character of Cole Young could have been so much more than what we've gotten.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with you. Davis, well, what was your general thoughts on, on the movie and whatnot?
I really enjoyed it. It took a while for me to warm up to it, but yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It definitely has some problems, but I really like the fights, the acting. The first two acts were really solid. I thought the soundtrack was pretty cool. I especially love that new Mortal Kombat theme that they did, and also like how in the score they did sneak in a couple of motifs from that original theme. I thought that was really cool.
Absolutely. Dion, I know you're pretty cheerful about the movie. What did you think of it?
Yeah, man, I liked it. Whatever, man. Whatever. It's never gonna be Citizen Kane. Let's be real. There are people punching each other and running around with swords and shooting shit out their palms. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I was like, let's do it. And I watched it. I enjoyed it. I know, like, there was so much, like, everyone wanted Johnny Cage. I was glad he would, because it was just a perfect setup to going into the sequel. I liked the Cole Young character. You know, it was cool. I get it. He kind of sucks. But he has to live up to this great, heritage. So you got to get him where he needs to go, which is, that's probably like most fighters out there, actually. So it is what it is. I enjoyed it. I like the music. I totally enjoyed the music. I liked the updated theme. Like, it wasn't like, they didn't try to go old school music. It was all techno. I enjoyed it. The good fight scenes. So no, there were problems. It's not perfect. There were some awkward moments, some things I was like, what just happened there? And so mostly particularly the fight scene with Cole and Goro.
Goro.
Right?
Yeah, Goro.
Yeah. That fight scene was so awkward. I felt like we all needed to just take a smoke break. So other than that, I was like, let me watch that again. And I actually did rewind it and watch it again. I was like, there was something in there that was fugazi. But other than that, I thought it was good. And I'm looking forward to the next one, and I really hope, as much as Jason hates it, I want the Miz. So we'll see how that goes. He's born to play that role.
The Miz and not Ryan Reynolds, because I know some people are asking for him.
Oh, stop. Okay, now.
Yeah.
Well, you throw that name out there, man, he can play anything.
Exactly.
I want him to be my bestie, so,
I'd rather see an unknown dude. All right, so Mark, go ahead. You can go ahead and deflate everybody.
Well, all right. So let me preface it with this. Like, I really wanted this movie to be good, and that's probably why I was so disappointed with it. We put up a review earlier today for anybody who hasn't seen it. My assessment of the movie is that the first 10 minutes are phenomenal, and the last 10 minutes phenomenal. Like the stuff between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, I feel like that should have been the movie. Like that should have been the main plot, and then maybe you have a few other characters sprinkled in there here and there, as opposed to the plot that we got. I just felt like the middle part, they struggled as far as like putting together something cohesive that was as compelling as those two bookended pieces there in the film.
Yes. And just real quick, let's just welcome everybody to the chat here. I see Fari McFly is here, Brian Kingsley, Josh Bates, Paul Tackett always here. Let's see who else is in here. Norton's Shin is here. So thank you for everyone. Fall One Gaming, our moderator, our Shao Kahn. Again, any trolls, he'll lay the Shao Kahn hammer out. So again, thanks for everybody for being here. Again, we are just waiting for Master Pesina. Well, he'll hopefully be here momentarily. We understand, family emergencies happen. So again, we honestly hope everything's all right. So that's what's more important right now. So again, to everybody out there, thank you for your patience. We definitely, we're sorry about the delay. We just figured let's get started here and just kind of keep you guys occupied for a moment here. So again, as soon as he comes in, he'll be here, and we'll keep you guys posted on everything as well. Like I said, if he said he wasn't going to be here, he would have told me, I'm sure. So just like I said, just be patient. Trust me, we are definitely looking forward to the arrival of the OG himself. Again, Master Pesina was the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion Sub-Zero, Noom Saibot, Smoke, and Reptile. So this is great. The fact that he's going to come in and just give his unique perspective of this movie, a franchise he co-created. I really can't wait to hear his thoughts on the movie, because I don't even know. I know he's seen it. I don't know what his thoughts are. So I'm really looking forward to hear what he has to say about it.
So
yeah, me too.
Mark, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What did you think of Kano?
Oh, dude, he saved the movie, man.
Oh.
I love that guy.
That was the best character.
Yeah,
yes.
I wholeheartedly agree, man. He was awesome in it.
It made it awkward because he was so good. Like, he was so much better as an actor and character than some of the other characters. It kind of made it a little awkward because he's not the central figure.
Right.
I was like, this is a little awkward. He's so good.
Right.
Let's just now,
exactly how I felt.
I can totally see. I want a spin-off of just him.
Yeah, we need a prequel. Yeah.
Killing people. That'd be great.
So, Tony Davis, what were you guys' favorite characters in the movie?
Definitely Kano. But although second favorite character, Cabal.
Yeah,
I thought Cabal was awesome.
Yeah.
Kano and Cabal were awesome. Like, they got him spot on.
Yeah, that screech is a real turn on.
Hey, the Review Roulette podcast is here. Thank you for coming in, Laura and Nick. You guys are awesome and great supporters. By the way, the Review Roulette podcast put up their Mortal Kombat 1995 episode, and I had the pleasure of being in it, as well as our voice of Nerd Cage Live, Matthew Farden. We had an absolute blast. I actually listened to that episode today, and I was laughing. My goodness gracious, that was definitely good times there. It's definitely always a good time.
Can we watch that one instead of the one we're getting ready to watch tonight? Because that's the one I love, man.
Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue.
You can't fade the original, man. Like,
I agree. I like the 95 movie better.
It's still on Netflix, right?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
The switch over.
Yeah.
I remember I had to pull out my old Blu-ray.
So here's how I would rank the films. I've said this a million times. I'll say it here. So I still feel the 1995 movie is the best, followed by Scorpion's Revenge, which we did a watch party back in December with Master Pesina. We had a blast.
Yeah, that was great.
I love Scorpion's Revenge. I really hope they make another one in that continuity. So hoping, fingers crossed, DC Animation, Warner Brothers Animation does another one. Then I'd say the 2021 movie. And then if we're digging deeper, I would follow that by Legacy Season 1, then Mortal Kombat Conquest, for any of those who remember that one, then Legacy Season 2, and then Annihilation at the bottom of the Flesh Pits of the Netherrealm.
I think Conquest is going to be an HBO Max.
Is it? I hope so.
Yeah.
I know.
I bought the DVD set. I think it's still available on Amazon for like $20, or you can probably get it on eBay, but I bought the DVD set. And I still go back to it because there was some great stuff in that. I actually have near and dear to my heart.
Jeffrey Meeks as Raiden and Shao Kahn.
Yes! Jeffrey Meeks, honest to God, he was okay as Raiden, but I think he was great as Shao Kahn. I think he's the best Shao Kahn we've gotten on screen so far. My opinion.
The fight scene between Raiden and Shao Kahn, like, even though there's a stunt double, they did a pretty good job with it, like trying to convince you that these are two different people and not the same actors.
Yeah, they actually did. Credits to where credits due. They pulled that off like really good. The fact that they're in the same scene together like that, and considering the budget and the level of acting, for the lack of acting in that movie TV series, the fights were pretty good. It was entertaining enough. Like, if you're a fan of like Hercules: The Legendary Journey, Xena, and the Highlander TV show, then that's about the same caliber, like, of TV for how I would compare the Mortal Kombat show to in that level, in that regard.
Guys, we got a question here in the chat. So this is from Josh Bates. How did Sonya Blade get her powers without going through something traumatic? Well, first of all, that's a spoiler. I don't know if anybody that's here tonight, like in the chat or tuning in, has not watched it. So do we want to discuss it as though everyone has already watched it?
Yeah, might as well.
Sure.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spoilers.
All right. So anybody who hasn't seen it, just like go ahead and leave the room for a couple minutes, and like we'll kind of like break this down. So I'm not the Mortal Kombat expert here, so I'm gonna pass this along to Jay and have him explain this Akana thing and explain how Sonya actually gets her powers.
Well, here's the thing. So first and foremost, going back to the games, in the original timeline, Sonya's chi, like the rings was her chi, her powers in the original timeline. The new timeline, they were more technology based in her gauntlets in the new timeline. So the new timeline, obviously keep in mind there's different writers, different game developers, and so on and so forth. So in this movie, so she doesn't get her powers because she doesn't have the tattoo, the dragon tattoo. So basically, when she quote unquote killed Kano, she became a quote unquote Earthrealm champion, and since she got the tattoo, I guess she already achieved her ability. I guess she gained her ability after she basically defeated Kano. So oh yeah, look at that. Godzilla Gamer Cole's in here. He says the movie was booty sauce. Yep.
Yes.
Yep, I know. We talked about it on Godzilla vs. Megalon watch party last weekend on Davis's channel. And of course, Shay Smithers is here. For those who are just tuning in now, we're just waiting for Master Pesina. He had a family emergency, so we're just waiting. Till he says otherwise, we're just assuming he's going to be here soon. He hasn't told us. He told me otherwise right now. We're just, like I said, playing the waiting game.
If I may, I interpreted it that differently. Like, I just interpret it like women usually got their shit together way before men do.
Yeah,
so I got interpreted. She was like, "I got this," and she's already in the game while Cass is still getting their head beat in. Like, I can't figure it out. Like, isn't that how it always works?
Right. No, I mean, there's probably some truth to that. And I mean, you have to also consider, like, she knows what's at stake. You know what I mean? Like, she already knows, like, hey, if we lose, then Earthrealm loses. And, and also all these guys are dead. So just knowing that probably allowed her to tap into what she needed to.
Yeah, that's well said, Mark. Zim Ziller's in the house. He says, killing Kano and Cabal pissed me off. Now, I'm going to intercept you. I don't think Kano is dead. Here's why. First and foremost, he carried that damn movie. I think it'd be stupid to kill him off and not have him see. I think he's dead, but I think what they're going to do is I think Shang Tsung or someone's going to drag his body, revive him, and he's going to have the metal plate where the gnome went into his face. I don't think Kano's dead. That's just my opinion. Cabal, Tony and I predicted this last week, actually. I knew Cabal was going to get killed by Liu Kang. I knew it. So, and I understand why you're pissed off, because I thought Cabal was effing awesome, despite they took liberties with his story, his origin a little bit, but the execution, the way he fought and stuff was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's also on. Go ahead.
I was kind of disappointed on the way Cabal went out. Like, oh, he was just being set on fire again. I'm like, I thought the dragon was gonna like just munch him up, and like what Liu Kang's traditional dragon fatality was.
Yeah, I was honestly kind of hoping that like Liu Kang's dragon would just bite a huge chunk out of him and he's gone.
Yeah. I mean, there's also that line. Right, like it's like if we're talking about like the characters being dead and stuff. There was that line in the movie where Shang Tsung says, "Well, death is only another dimension." So to me, that kind of like teases like, "Hey, like I'm gonna be able to bring everybody back that you killed."
In one way or another, like
in one way or another.
Like Lena, she could be cloned again. Sub-Zero turns into Noob Saibot. Maybe like in the next movie, Shang Tsung uses the remains of Goro to create Kentaru.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. It was maybe listen, I'm not gonna lie to you right now. They did Goro dirty, man. Like that bothered me. I guess I'm gonna take the opportunity to talk about it now because like I want to talk about it in our review, but then I'd be spoiling it. But they did Goro dirty because not only that he gets killed by Kool, a new character, what bothered me a lot was that
How he looked.
Not just that, but he's supposed to be the champion of Outworld. He's the undefeated champion of 500 years. He's the one that killed the original Kung Lao, and they just threw him out just randomly into a random neighborhood and gets killed by Kool easily. It bothered me so much because in the first movie, they built him up, they established him as he's the best, and it took Johnny Cage to like crack him in the nuts, run away, and kick him off a cliff. Like,
yeah.
I'm just bothered they did my boy Goro dirty because in the game he was hard to beat. He's built up, but yeah, they did him dirty, man. It bothered me. I don't. What do you guys think about Goro?
Those are $500 sunglasses, asshole.
Before you fall down.
Although counterpoint, Goro in MK1 isn't hard if you play a Sub-Zero and spam the ice ball and uppercut. You just have to time it right. That's all.
Yes.
And Shang Tsung, the easiest way to beat him is just to use the shadow teleportation as Scorpion. Just keep doing foo, 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 foo. Just keep hitting him behind. That's the quickest way to beat Shang Tsung.
Yes. I just thought.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, you know, I mean, hey, he was a dude because he got his ass whooped. That was awesome. That was something I did like about Kool. Was there was some like he was the only one that really had any variation, unless I forgot someone that had any variation of grappling. In his fighting style, and I really dug that. And he did he was actually doing a takedown that I love and I've never been able to do. So it was really cool too. And I thought it was cool. But yeah, maybe he'll come back later a little tougher, and then maybe he won't.
I hope so. I think it's pretty obvious that we're gonna see Sub-Zero become Noom Saibot. I have no doubt in my mind if we're going into that territory. Another thing too is I felt like Shang Tsung was done dirty too because we didn't get that Liu Kang versus Shang Tsung fight. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was demoralizing.
He kills Kung Lao, but like that's the only thing he does.
Oh man, I loved Kung Lao in the movie. I mean, that's why I'm rocking.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I liked how like Liu Kang just took the red ribbon from Kung Lao's hat and made it into his bandana. That was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So real quick, I just want to say like, so Anthony Marquez, the original Kung Lao, I was actually talking to him. I talked to him on Monday regarding the movie. And his general thoughts were pretty much the same as ours, but we both agreed. Like the thing I asked him was like, "What did you think of Kung Lao?" And he goes, "Yo, I'm so proud. Like he nailed it." I'm like,
yeah.
Hell yes, he did. He was a great Kung Lao. No pun intended.
No, it was great. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, let's see. Again, quick update for those who are just tuning in. We're just waiting for Master Pesina. He had a family emergency. We are hoping he'll be here real soon. He hasn't told us. He hasn't canceled. He hasn't told us that he's canceling. We're just waiting. So we didn't want to leave everybody hanging. So I figured we'll all hang out for a minute here. Just talk for a little bit here. We're just, like I said, we're just waiting on Master Pesina. Trust me, I am watching the Zoom call like a hawk right now, and the stream at the same time. So if you guys got any questions for us and want to talk, ask us anything by all means.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good night, Brian. Byron. I see he's peacing out here. And yes, Shay, I'm going to be rocking the hat all night long. At least I'm going to try to anyway. Unfortunately, I can't wear my headphones over this hat, so I'm going to be wearing my headphones like this. Let's see. Josh Bates has a comment here. Says, well, I guess no one's really dead, right? Scorpion died, and then he came back hundreds of years later from hell. Yeah, I think if you play Mortal Kombat enough, no one really dies in Mortal Kombat. There's so many like resurrection stories. Like, for example, Johnny Cage has died several times in the games and finds a way to cheat. He's always cheating death. Characters like Raiden can't die. Shang Tsung has returned a couple times already, so that's how it is. Usually, no one stays dead in Mortal Kombat. That's why what Mark just pointed out earlier is they tease the whole, death is just another dimension. So
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there was the incident in Mortal Kombat Deception where Mileena killed Baraka, but turns out she killed Double.
Yeah. I'm looking at the chat right now. Another question. Josh also asks, Mark, if you were in charge of the Mortal Kombat sequel, how would you handle it?
I wouldn't do one.
That's hard.
No.
Wow.
No, but honestly, I just felt like and I said this in the review, is that I just felt like the entire thing was rushed. Like like you're gonna just pack in as many characters as you can. Like I would, if I was gonna do a sequel at all, like I would focus on a couple main characters and build out a universe slowly, similar to the way the MCU has done it, right? Like, we didn't get the Avengers in the first movie. We got Iron Man, then we got Thor, then we got the Hulk, or maybe that order is slightly different than how I'm describing it. But you
Iron
get a few
Man,
characters.
Hulk, Thor, then Captain America.
Right. There you go. So I would do this universe similar to that, and maybe you just do a couple of characters and make a movie around that, and then slowly cross characters in until eventually you get to a point where you have like you know what I mean, like eventually you have like an actual tournament, and by that time everybody has like their characters that they're invested in. Right now, like I speak strictly as someone who doesn't play Mortal Kombat at all. I'm very unfamiliar with these characters. So to me, I have no nostalgic connection to it. Mm-hmm. So like as an outsider, this movie didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just there were some characters that I wasn't familiar with, and they deserved their story to be told, but not in the same movie where you're telling the story of 6 or 7 or 8 other people. Yeah. And so I would do the sequel just laser focused on just a few characters. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, well, with the first Mortal Kombat movie, there was only just the characters from the first game plus Reptile, but even then, most of the bad guys were just henchmen. And Katana. Yeah, and Katana. And most of the bad guys were just henchmen, which gave enough time to develop all the good guys and bad guys too, like Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
And Goro.
Davis, how would you do a sequel if given the opportunity?
I'm not quite sure because this one kind of did mix in some elements from Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. So I don't know how to answer that.
Hey, Billy Mont III says hello, Titangoji. Billy, thanks for stopping in. If you're just tuning in, we're just waiting for Master Pesina. He had an emergency. We're just waiting. He hasn't not canceled. He's running late. He says when the dust, when he's ready, he'll come in. Dion, how would you do a sequel, or do you have anything? I know you mentioned you want Miz as Johnny Cage in the sequel. What else? Is there anything else on your wish list?
You know what? Mark makes a good point. But I can't remember. You guys had a guest on a couple weeks back, and he was kind of talking about problems with the entertainment industry in general, right? There's a big problem with storytelling, and that's why we're completely fascinated when we see it. We see what the MCU has done, right? Great storytelling over. When did Iron Man come out? What year?
2008.
So 2008.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Feels like an eternity ago.
Right. I had to stop and be like, seriously? So you're talking about great storytelling that culminated over a decade, right? Who does that? And so, I would love to have seen that with this. That's not what we got. They threw it in there. So I will say, I've thought about, what is the second movie going to entail? And I really don't know because, are you just gonna retell the story of the first movie again? With just different characters, or it becomes very interesting to see how they will progress it. I would love to see the Miz, because if you know anything about the Miz, his character is Johnny Cage anyway, right? In real life. So to me, I would just love to see that, because he just has that. He actually has really good acting chops, you know. So I'm like, throw him in there. I would love to see some of the other characters. There's so many possibilities, obviously. But what the actual plot of the movie would be,
Like, here's the thing. We never got a tournament.
Yeah.
But at the end of the... Yeah, but here's the thing. At the very end of the movie, Shang Tsung's like, I'm going to come back with armies and this, and that. So, like, all right, if you're going to come back with armies, does that mean you're going to invade Earthrealm? Like, so, like, if they're going to invade Earthrealm, that means, are they going to, like, bypass the tournament altogether? So, I don't know. Like, are they trying to tease the tournament finally happening, or are they teasing, like, hey, the invasion's coming? So, I don't know. I'm hoping they do a proper tournament and not jump into the invasion right away. And again, apparently they're signed on for 4 movies, but there hasn't been the green light yet. Although the movie's doing well in the box office and streaming, the numbers are good, but they haven't given us the green light yet.
And one possibility, right? Now, kind of going to Mark's thought, something that would be cool is that now the next movies are almost like a race, right? They're trying to build their team up to defend Earth. So they go find Johnny Cage. Then they're going to go find this person. And each movie is them trying to, like, strategically get to a point where they feel like they can, defend Earth against whatever invasion, and then in that 4th or 5th movie, we see this culmination of that. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do. The second movie is a recapitulation of the first. You lost me because that's not what I do. So but but I would love to see Miz.
like all right, so one thing that you kind of like put me on to, Jay, is Mortal Kombat Legacy, right? Like those shorts that are on that are on YouTube. If they were to do something like that, right, like just that format, and it doesn't even have to be like a whole movie of just like one character, but if they did it like sort of in vignettes, right, where you had 2 or 3 of those stories in like 20-minute intervals or 30-minute intervals, and that's your movie. That at least gives you some backstory on these characters. It allows you to care about them. It allows you to understand their history if you've never played the games. And that's what they need, right? Because, like, let's be honest, like, us as super fans of anything are a very small percentage of the general audience, and they need a much bigger piece of that pie in order for this to work. And so that would be how I would do it.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of in agreement there. I was listening to the Weekly Planet, which is a great podcast, by the way. I'm a huge fan of them personally. Kind of part of what inspired me to do this with you, Mark, because they talk about basically the same stuff we do. Not only do they talk about movies, they talk about comics and stuff too. But they're comedians. I give them props. They're actually like really funny. Not that we're not funny, but they're on a whole other level.
Right.
I mean, there's a reason why they got like 100,000 subscribers on both Podbean and YouTube. But anyway, so the James on that show was talking about how Mortal Kombat would probably be better off as like a mini series on HBO Max, like, not just, I mean, they kind of had the right idea when they did Legacy, but they could do more, maybe like have like a mini series on HBO or something. I actually kind of like that idea. I think Mortal Kombat would probably work better as like a mini series, or I mean, just look at like The Boys and some of these other great shows that have coming out, like they're on streaming servers. Like, those shows are amazing, and like the special effects are like on par with like movies and stuff. So that being said, like if we got Mortal Kombat if we don't get another movie, but they get the green light to like for like a 12, 13 episode series on HBO Max, I'm 100% on board with that. I would probably prefer that. I know we're taking away from the box office and the in the audience, but I think as far as story, I think for business it would be bad because you want the box office money, but for storytelling, that'd be the way to go.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
All right, like I said, we are still, anyone who's just tuning in. Oh, Eon Lewis is here. Thank you for coming in. He says, will there ever be a video game movie that everyone can look to as the standard? That hasn't happened yet. I thought it was going to happen for this movie. It hasn't happened yet. And I'm not going to count Sonic and Pikachu. That's just me.
Okay.
Tony,
Yeah,
I know you got something to say. I know you got that evil look behind the shades. What do you got to say on that?
Oh, no, I was about to say Sonic and Pikachu.
Okay. I understand from a business perspective those movies were successful, but to me, Sonic was like not like a video game movie per se. Like it didn't have the actual video game setting. It was Sonic coming into our world. It was just like video game character coming into our world. So it wasn't like the first Mortal Kombat movie was like a video game movie that's set in that universe, set in that
Right.
Set in that that world that they built in the games was realized in that movie in my opinion. And other movies have tried and failed, especially like Warcraft. So this is the thing, like Sonic, yeah, Sonic is a good movie per se, but it wasn't like a true video game movie in the video game world. And same with, and for that all intents and purposes, same with Pikachu.
The first Paul W. Anderson Resident Evil movie was passable because it felt like it could have taken place in the same universe as the games.
Yeah.
Up until the sequel happens, and all of a sudden you get Jill Valentine being sidelined by Alice, and
I 100% agree. I still love the first Resident Evil movie. The other ones are just popcorn flicks. They're not good. But the first movie I felt had a lot of care to it. Mm-hmm. And you're right. Like it felt like, yes, this definitely takes place in the same world as the games, but then then the sequels just kind of like shoehorned in, the characters from the games, but they didn't build them up or anything. They were just there.
Yeah.
When Alice was the main focus. That being said, now that I'm excited for Resident Evil 8, and I'm not just talking about Tits McGee running around chasing you, the vampire lady, but I am stoked of the idea of the new Resident Evil movie coming out in November, because that one, they said straight up, takes place in the mansion with Chris and Jill as the main characters. Like, please, like, Sony, don't screw this one up.
I was also going to cover the Raccoon City incident with Leon.
No, it's in the mansion.
Because I saw set photos of the RPD on fire, and there was a TikTok of the guy who's going to play Leon. He's the hippie from Zombieland 2.
Oh, okay.
And and Claire's going to be in it. William Birkin, and of course, it's going to have Wesker in it. And the guy who's playing Wesker is from Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
I think he played Luthor, I think.
Oh yeah.
Wait. So the actor who's playing Albert Wesker in the new Resident Evil movie, did he also play M. Bison in that one terrible Street Fighter movie?
That's going to be the guy who's going to play William Birkin.
Oh.
Okay.
Man.
But I'm like, whatever. He's gonna mutate.
You guys just killed my excitement for that movie.
Hey, he was also the villain in Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys are killing me. I wish I never knew this information now.
Well, I don't mind him being William Birkin, since he kind of looks like the way William Birkin looked in the Resident Evil 2 remake when he screams, "Oh, Jay is my creation," and he gets shot, and he kind of looks like that guy.
Yeah. Let's see.
Plus, he's gonna mutate. You all know what's gonna happen.
I mean, I hope it's good. Prove me wrong, but like after the hype for this movie, like I lesson learned. Mark warned me. He told me many times on many streams, like, level your excitement. So that being said, Mark, yes, you told me so. I'll admit it. Hats off.
All right.
Literally, hats off to you, my friend.
I ain't giving you. I ain't giving you shit.
No. I'm gonna let Mark have this one because he's been losing like every single rage in the cage. I'll let him have this one.
Yeah. Let me have this.
Yeah, let him have this one.
No, seriously, I wanted this to be good, but it was just from the trailers, I could kind of just tell that they didn't really have a story, and so that was just my takeaway. But I wanted to be wrong. I really wanted to be wrong about that.
And I want to be now. I'm gonna level my excitement for Resident Evil. I mean, I really, really hope it's good. I have faith that it will probably be better than at least the sequels of the movies. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic. Lesson learned from this movie. Davis, you got a question in the chat here. Billy Mount III says, Davis, what are your thoughts on the original MK movies? So I think he's referring to the first one and Annihilation.
Love the first one. Annihilation is booty sauce.
Yeah. We don't speak of that here.
Yeah, I watched that first movie all the time when I was a kid. I could not get enough of it.
Oh, just a heads up, Trevor Lawrence did go to Jacksonville, so the draft did. Wow, they started late. It's almost 9:30, and the draft just started. So yeah, Trevor Lawrence is Jacksonville. I think we all saw that coming, but I figured it just popped to my phone. I figured I'd share that real quick. I see another question here in the chat. Farty McFly says, Jay, what'd you think about Reptile in the movie? Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. I thought the scene itself was awesome. I actually liked that scene between Reptile, Sonia, Kano, and Kool. That was actually really well done. Now, as far as that appearance goes, I'm a bigger fan of the reptile, the humanoid reptile from Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. So the version that you saw in this movie was basically inspired by Deadly Alliance. Now, the story behind Reptile's look in Deadly Alliance, basically, the character of Reptile has been devolving as time goes on. So that's why he looks less human, more reptilian. So they definitely took that Deadly Alliance look and ran with it for whatever reason. And I mean, the CGI didn't look bad per se. I was just never a fan of that version of Reptile. I personally thought Reptile in the first movie was friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
What do you guys got on Reptile? We can go around circle. Tony, what do you got?
I prefer Reptile. This is how I would have handled the scene. Basically, he would have been, he would look like a normal civilian in disguise, but as you get closer and the guy starts peeling off his own skin and he's revealed to be a freaking Velociraptor monster, I would have handled it like that.
Yeah.
As a little homage to how he was handled originally, where he's a human reptile wearing fake skin that you could just take it off easily.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have done a better job. Davis, what do you got on Reptile?
Same, actually.
And Dion, your thoughts on the Reptile and the Reptile scene? You're muted. You're muted.
I was talking shit. That's what happens. No, I said Tony basically nailed it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen him in a more humanoid form. I think that would have made, I don't know. I guess if you don't know the character, then it doesn't really matter. But I would have liked to have seen that a little bit more. Yeah.
Billy Mount III says he's asking us if we've seen the Legacy and Conquest. We did delve into that earlier. So guys, go ahead. What did you guys think of Legacy and Conquest? Go ahead. I already said my piece. Tony.
All right. Legacy Season 1, I liked a lot. Season 2, not so much. The only thing I really liked about Season 2 is Casper Van Diem as Johnny Cage and guy from Iron Chef America and John Wick 3 as Kung Lao. That's the only things I really liked. And Scorpion Sub-Zero episode, mainly because you get the whole spinal cord rip from that episode in the end. But that was about it. I didn't like the whole idea of Liu Kang. They had the basis for it, but they didn't really do much with it. With Liu Kang fighting for the side of Outworld. You get Liu Kang beating the crap out of Johnny Cage's Striker, but he doesn't do anything really evil with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also appreciated how Hiroyuki, how do you spell? I can't pronounce his last name. Sorry.
Oh, Hiroyuki Tagawa.
Yeah, he got the reprise as well as Shang Tsung, but he didn't really get much screen time.
Yeah,
And-
but when he was on screen, he was good. Davis, what do you think of the Legacy season 1 and season 2?
Really liked Legacy season 1. Season 2, I enjoyed it. There's some parts that I really liked. Again, the Scorpion Sub-Zero fight, and the guy who plays Johnny Cage, and the fact that they brought back Hiroyuki Tagawa to play Shang Tsung again. I have not seen Conquest though. I have not.
Yeah, Davis, if you can get your hands on that, I would love to hear your thoughts. Again, it's 90s television cheese at its finest, but there are some really, really great episodes, and there's a lot of characters from, like, we see Raiko, we see Quan Chi, Rain, Noom Saibot, like, they delved pretty deep. For what it was, and it's actually canon to the movies. It's actually a prequel to the movie. It's about the Great Kung Lao.
Yep.
So, and I personally like it. I know it's bad. I'm not gonna defend it. I know it's bad, but I like it. Dion, have you seen the Legacy series at all?
I've seen one episode. That's the only reason I know it exists. One.
Which one did you see?
I don't even remember, and I've never seen Conquest. Well, I don't even remember when why I watched it. It's not something I would like seek out, for sure. But I know I have seen one episode of it, and I thought it was good, like what I saw. So hearing you guys talk about it, I'll probably this is what my life has become. I hear about stuff on Nerd Cage Live, and then I spend the next 2 weeks watching it. So yeah, I'll probably dig into it for sure.
Jason, have you seen Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm?
Yes. I actually watched it when it came out on TV when I was a kid. For those who don't know who Defenders of the Realm is, that was the cartoon from the 90s that was on USA. And it would come on, there's the Street Fighter cartoon, there was G.I. Joe, and there was a couple other ones.
Darkstalkers cartoon.
And what was interesting about the cartoon is it actually came out before Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and it was actually a sequel to the movie. And a couple of episodes actually had flashbacks of the movie, but it was executed a little different because obviously it was a kid's show.
Yeah.
All right. That being said, even as a kid, as fascinating as it was to have a Mortal Kombat cartoon, I didn't typically like it. The one episode I actually did enjoy, and again, I haven't watched it in years. If there's a DVD out there of it, I don't even know if I'd seek it out or not. But the one episode I remember liking it because I didn't like the rest of it. The episode with Sub-Zero and Robot Smoke. I actually liked that episode. That I remember because it was Sub-Zero trying to rescue Smoke and trying to make him remember his human origins with the Lin Kuei before he became a killer robot. I actually didn't mind that. That was actually pretty canon to the game. But the rest of it, terrible. Especially Sonia was really annoying with her. It's combat time and and what's fascinating, Ron Perlman.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Stryker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman's in the show.
Yeah, there were a lot of big name voice actors, but the cartoon was pretty bad.
I think Clancy Brown was there too.
Yes, Clancy Brown was Raiden
or Quan Chi. I forgot.
No, Quan Chi was only in one episode. I want to say Clancy Brown was. Crap, who did Clancy Brown play? I want to say it was Raiden.
I thought Ron Perlman was also Scorpion.
Okay, yeah, because I know he was definitely Stryker. I know that for a fact. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, so Clancy Brown was Raiden. Yeah, it's funny. So both the Highlander villain and the Highlander hero played Raiden at one point or another. Wild Band is here. He says he wants to see the cartoon. No, you don't.
It's combat time.
He also says he liked Reptile. He said he looked like a lot like Legendary's Godzilla, but skinnier. You know what? Now that you mention it, I didn't even think of that. Now you should mention it. You're kind of right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's an anti-bullying message when it came to Jax. Jax, I used to be pudgy and people used to make fun of me.
All right.
And he says a whole speech to Sonya.
Yeah. I'm seeing. Can't stick around. Oh, both conversations can't stick around. Hope you guys have. Thank you very much. Again, we're just kind of Yeah, we're kind of at a standstill right now. You know, it's 9:30. I mean, it's Mark, I'm gonna make you make a hard decision here. What do you think?
I think we need to just go ahead and start. It's already 9:30, so you know we don't want to have everybody wait all night, and we don't know if Sifu Pesina will be able to join us tonight at all.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, so you guys actually just want to move forward and just watch the movie and just watch it and just, you know, okay.
If he joins in, we just pause and tell us.
Yeah.
You tell him
Yeah. I can pause. There's a timer on screen, so when we pause it, I can pause it. Like I'll be able to pause the timer too, so we won't.
Okay. Let me just minimize this tab.
Yep. Yeah. Let me get ready. So Mark, just go ahead and when everybody's ready, we'll do a slow countdown. Scott Banks says the cartoon was dope. That's good. More power to you, buddy. I didn't like it. But then again, I'm not the one to talk because I liked Conquest. So okay. And yes, Billy Mouth III said Clancy Brown was Raiden. So yep. Okay. So
did Daniel Pesina see your latest text that you sent them?
Yeah, I told him that we're on air. So.
All right. Oh, you already saw it. Like I know how Facebook Messenger has the little icons with the profile.
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay.
Oops. Hang on a second here, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, so we'll get started here. So
set up my tabs.
Yep. Tony, let me know when you're ready. I'm
ready.
Okay, we're all ready. So go ahead, Mark. Go ahead and do a slow countdown from 10.
Wait, Davis, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, here we go. All right, so for those who don't know, the timer on the screen here is where we are in the movie. We're 47 seconds in because there was an ad at the beginning. So follow along with us, and let me put my headphones on so I can actually hear the movie. Actually, I'm actually just gonna take my hat off. I can't do the hold my headphones all night. All right. This is actually, for the record, this is my second time watching.
It's my, I believe, either third or fourth time.
Oh, wow.
Fifth.
Wow.
This is probably my fourth time watching this part because they had that first 7 minutes that they released a few days before. I watched that a couple times.
Hey, Davis, you want to lean forward a little bit here? You're good. Now, okay, because you're cut off a little bit here. All right, I'm experiencing buffering, but go ahead. Keep going. Mine's buffering.
Okay, this is actually an aspect of the plot I appreciate, how Scorpion's story starts at the 1600s, because I never really got how ninjas could exist in the 21st century, especially living in the feudal Japan setting.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm a big fan of this actor too. Like he's really good. I've seen him in a lot of different stuff. Great character actor.
Oh yeah, Hiroki Sanada he's a phenomenal actor. He was great. He was in Ringu, The Last Samurai, Twilight Samurai. He was also the villain in the Wolverine, right? If I remember correctly.
In the second Wolverine
movie.
Oh
yeah, the one where he's in Japan. Yeah.
Silver Samurai?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, here we go. The marking. All right, so for those who are tuning in, we're 3 minutes in. Again, Master Pesina. Hopefully everything's all right. We understand stuff like this happens. I love the fact they at least specify on the subtitles what they're speaking.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, another fun fact concerning Hiroyuki Sanada. One of his earlier roles was in a tokusatsu film called Message from Space, which was basically Toei's answer to Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I kind of like to see it.
I like the actor playing Sub-Zero. He was in the raid at The Night Comes for Us, which is a really gory kung fu movie.
Yeah.
I just watched The Raid a couple of days ago. Oh, man, am I glad I did. I got to buy that movie. Unfortunately, there's no 4K release, but I'm going to buy the Blu-ray 2-pack.
The second one is really good, too.
Oh, is it? I heard some people say the second one's not that good, but that's okay. I'll watch it.
2 words.
I love this scene here.
Kitchen fight.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact here that, like, you could tell that he's, like, in pain as he's making the ice.
Right, you can see, yeah, it, like, breaks his skin a little bit. He's bleeding.
Oh, that's just really great detail. Like I said, this beginning here is perfect.
Hey, Jay, give me a count. I had some hard buff.
509, 510, 511, 512, 513. Yeah, I mine buffered a few times too.
That's... Oh, okay. God, let my eyes adjust for a second. Holy crap. Okay, that's better.
I wear my sunglasses at night. Oh, man. That's gruesome.
Yep, they got down forward, high punched. Oh, speaking of, there's actually an Easter egg for that. I just found out that, like, my second or third viewing.
Oh, I love this fight scene.
Like, when we get to it, I'll point it out. The movie Easter egg.
Oh my god, even the sound effects, man.
Yeah.
Damn, look, effortless.
Oh my god.
I love the sword play here.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Oh my gosh. Not to mention, I like the way those costumes look too. Those Lin Kuei,
Yeah,
like
it's good.
1600s.
The only thing that kind of sucks, in my opinion, I don't like the digital blood. Like, it's very obvious. Like,
I'm not
I
bothered
really
by
wish
it,
they had
honestly.
gone practical.
It's not as bad as Walking Dead's digital blood. The digital blood of Walking Dead is, like, super distracting.
You are so right about that.
And it's a shame since the first season of that show, like, had pretty good practical effects.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the music plays. Holy crap!
Yeah.
This is fantastic fight choreography.
Oh,
that's one thing. That's one thing I'll give this movie. The fight choreography throughout is pretty legit. Calling him out.
Man, Joe Townsend, man, he ate this role.
Yeah.
Oh man, he was like made for this role right here.
Some foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Damn.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Now punch.
That move was awesome. He just punched him right in the nuts.
The fact that he was able to take it, though, man, that's impressive.
Oh, man. Farty McFly has a good point. He thinks they might scrap the whole Quan Chi thing.
I don't
know. I
mind
think
that.
they can shoehorn it in somehow in the sequel.
Yeah, like, I don't think they'd have to do the whole Scorpion Resurrection thing as part of Quan Chi's introduction.
Yeah.
Like, you could have Quan Chi as there's like, oh, I'm here to resurrect Beyond Noob Saibot, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And I'm also here at the same time to resurrect Shinnok with that amulet in the background.
Yeah. And then Josh is asking, how do you know it was Bihan? Well, quickest answer to that is Shiraru and Lin Kuei have been rivals for God knows how long.
Yeah. I also gotta appreciate how in this scene, like Scorpion's the spear, it's not a chain, it's like a rope like in the original games before MK9.
Yeah. Keep in mind, it was Master Pesina's idea from the jump that...
Yeah, the rope dart.
Yep.
There's a girl who uses that on Instagram, and it's amazing. Like, amazing to see. Like, it just blows my mind.
I wouldn't mind learning how to use a spear, but at the same time, I accidentally knocked one of my teeth out with a nunchuck before, so...
I don't have the coordination.
I still have a scar right here from it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You should see
early on in my training.
Master Pesina's, like, some of his rope dart videos that he posts, oh my god. It's dope the way he does it.
Yeah.
Like,
and yes, there
while
he goes.
practicing with a nunchuck once, I knocked one of my back tooth over here.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's on that.
You okay? You guys liking? Or
I'm
What's
good.
that?
I heard lagging effects and Zoom
yeah, I heard a
meeting.
little bit of lagging too, but it looks like we're good. I actually like how they did Ray. I know a lot of people are divided. I actually like the fact, the glowing eyes and stuff. I love how it was done.
Raiden's he's played by Tadanobu Asano, who fans of Japanese cinema may recognize him from movies like Ichi the Killer and Electric Dragon 80,000 Volts.
Yeah.
And funny enough, in Electric Dragon, Asano plays a character who has like electric powers.
Maybe that's why they thought of him for this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind
of like how
full circle.
Yep, kind of like how Christopher Lambert in Highlander, he was like electrocuted multiple times.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I kind of wish he was Raiden in this, but that's just me. Like, that's just
I
my
was
love
hoping
of
for
it.
at least a cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do like this little, text on the screen here. You know? I mean, call it lazy, but I actually liked it. They explained it, the gist of it, like, hey.
Well, they had to give you some indication.
Now we mentioned Christopher Lambert. I mean, that's probably the reason why there was no tournament in this movie.
The tournament was too much responsibility.
Whoa!
A revenge. That's so much easier, isn't it?
Whoa!
That was awesome.
Wow! I might have to clip that. What? I did not see that coming. Jeez. And it's funny because you got the hair for it too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Holy smokes! I'm like, that came out of nowhere, Davis. Yo, Louis Tan, man.
I actually like.
I really hope he becomes a star. I really do.
Yeah, I've been a fan of his since Into the Badlands.
He was Shatterstar.
Yeah, he was great. And, he didn't get
Deadpool
that
2.
much
He was
to do.
Shatterstar.
Didn't get that much to do, yeah.
I really want to see Louis Tan in more films.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been watching his, like, he's been posting a lot on Twitter. By the way, he's a Twitter goat. When I say Twitter goat, I'm talking, like, he's, like, one of the best people to follow on Twitter. And he's been posting, now he's been posting stuff about the movie, but, like, and some of, like, behind-the-scenes photos and stuff. But he's been posting, like, some of his workout regimes. Yo, the dude, this movie did not let him do all his martial arts skills, man. The guy's a fiend, dude.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, if you want to see Louis Tan in something, like really go off, like watch Enter the Badlands. He's like one of the greatest on-screen martial artists, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Who did the Giants draft? I'm sorry, I'm just checking. The Bears traded up. Damn, the Eagles got Devontae Smith. Oh! That was the player I wanted.
I'll be right back.
He's in a Netflix show.
The Assassins?
I think so. It's the one with the main character from the Raid, right?
I'm not too sure. I haven't looked into it a whole lot.
I only seen like the first few episodes, but basically he's a chef that ends up getting this turtle shell that makes him a martial arts expert. It's basically like a better version of Iron Fist.
All right.
Because you know how Netflix Iron Fist went through. And hey, Louis Tan wasn't there too. He was supposed to be like some kind of drunken master.
Oh, that's right.
Hold on, I'm seeing if I can adjust the ticker here. I'm just going to put a message in our ticker in the bottom here. Oh, okay. Okay, actually, while I'm doing that, guys, what did you guys think of Outworld? Because I was kind of...
Let down?
Yeah, because I thought Outworld was portrayed a lot better in the first movie, and they made like a dark, desolate, purple sky.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Although I like the sky in this one because you get to see like another planet, and you definitely get the idea that this is like a different universe than Earthrealm. But like the terrain was like meh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Underwhelming. Underwhelming. Hey Jay.
Yeah.
Where you at time? I think I got everything under control here finally.
I have 17 minutes and 40 seconds. What do you guys?
Oh, okay. I'm just like 3 seconds behind you now.
Okay, then you're fine then. I wouldn't mess with it.
Yeah, no worries. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you're within a few seconds, we're all fine.
I
lagged a couple times too, like
I have
everything on my Wi-Fi, like the stream on my laptop and my TV is running on the Wi-Fi. So
right. Yeah, I had to switch the movie over to my phone. I don't know.
I updated the ticker tape here in the bottom, so just point out Master Pesina had an emergency. So
no worries.
Yep.
With this color scheme, you know who Kool could have been? He could have been Cobra.
No way. I wanted Davis. I'm with you on this. Back when we first saw the trailer or first saw the photos, I wanted Kool to be Johnny Cage so bad. I mean, I wanted like Louis Tan to play Johnny Cage like really bad.
Yeah, like looking at those set photos without context, like I thought that was Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll always be in the firm believer that it should have been Johnny Cage.
Well,
Oh yeah, also I'm sure y'all caught that reference. You beat
yeah.
Eddie Tobias.
Definitely.
Ed Boon, John Tobias. Figured I'd point that out.
But with that mirror scene where he sees Scorpion in the mirror and with his color palette, well, with, the yellow and the black, like, I originally figured that Cole Young would be a character that would gradually turn into Scorpion, but no, that wasn't the case.
Now, another thing that I think people kind of like got this whole scene out of context here. Like, Jax didn't. How do I explain it? It wasn't that Jax was trying to recruit him. Jax saw the marking and thought he was one of the killers. And then his daughter said, "Hey, he's had it his whole life." So, I was listening to another podcast and someone pointed that out, that Jax really went in to really interrogate, not to recruit.
Oh, remember when the trailer first came out, or the set photos first came out, it had Jax doing this, and people thought it was Steve Harvey's Jack?
Oh my gosh, yeah, those Steve Harvey memes did not go away. Speaking of, so I don't know if you guys ever watched Supergirl, but he was Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Listen, all right, Jimmy Olsen. I don't really like Supergirl that much.
I'm not a big Arrowverse fan personally.
Me neither. For a ton of
I will tell you what. You know what's better than Arrowverse is the Doom Patrol and Titans on.
Yes.
That universe is
like, even though I don't like Titans that much, Titans is like miles better than Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot of people prefer
DC
Doom
material.
Patrol. I prefer Titans more than Doom. That's just me personally.
I still haven't watched Doom Patrol.
It's good.
It's good. I think the first season's better though. Ketchup and mustard. There's your Cyrix and Sector reference.
Wait, what?
That the mustard and ketchup froze on the table. I know. I think it's kind of a reach. I just figured I'd throw it out there. MVP, baby. I'm
love
telling
all
you,
Sub-Zero's introductions in this
Kano,
movie.
Sub-Zero, and Kung Lao are my MVPs in this movie. And I love that damn
introductions
costume.
are perfect.
I love the costume. And it's just cool because they're establishing that he's become a better cryomancer now than he was hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, it's just one of those days.
And I gotta admit here, I do think that they are all like really calm, knowing that they're just getting attacked by a man that can control ice. I mean, my reaction would be a little different, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have freaked out a little more. And then again, in the first one, we kind of had the same problem here. Oh, did we lose somebody? Did we lose Dion?
Yeah. Looks like he dropped
What
out.
the hell?
Yeah,
All right.
dropped off the call.
I'll get
Oh,
it.
Fallen One Gaming says currently watching Superman and Lois these days. Did you guys talk about that at all? Because that show is legit. I like that.
Yeah,
show
that
a
show
lot.
is actually quality amongst and it's not even as okay. Even though it has like the same Superman and Lois actors, the actors for the Kents and pretty much everyone else are different from the Arrowverse. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Superman and Lois takes place in a separate universe, and I'm glad it does because I generally don't like that version of Superman. But
Yeah, I agree.
But within Superman and Lois, like I get the idea that he is Superman, and he's the guy who voices Sephiroth in the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. No, I heard it's good. I heard I might check it out since it's separate from the CW, like the rest of the Arrowverse. So I actually might check it out, and it's on HBO Max. I just came across it when I was.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It has like the vibe of like an HBO Max show. Like it feels like it was made for HBO as opposed to being made for like the CW. If that gives you any indication.
Yeah.
Like
No,
it's just
I
very
trust-
well written.
Tony, Mark, I trust both of your opinions, so I have extra time now, so I can probably get caught up on a lot of stuff now. For the meantime, until things change my working life.
Yeah, I hear you.
Shay Smithers says I have such a crush on the CW Supergirl. I get it. I get
Melissa,
it.
Yeah.
forgot her name. But yeah, Melissa, whatever her last
Melissa
name is.
Benoist.
Isn't
right?
Supergirl's coming to an end though, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the last season, I think.
Good.
Yeah, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
Like-
if you've seen the background there, you can down forward low punch.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was
which is Sub-Zero's ice ball attack.
Yeah, that was high punch though. That was.
No, it's down for low punch. That's right. Shout out to MK Temple. That's a great channel, by the way. They actually did an Easter egg video. So yeah, I didn't catch that. I saw it because MK Temple pointed it out.
I saw it in my, third viewing of it. I noticed that Easter egg.
I love this scene here.
Yep. How he's just slowly beating Jax.
Also, I like his little
he's,
dialogue
taking
there where
his
he's like,
time with it.
where he's like 6 tours, motherfucker. I love that line.
Yeah,
they
he
got
had
that
some
right.
great one-liners.
Like Jax is supposed to be the all-American hero who, I'm glad that they established that, like that he's, served his country a long time and all that. And he's
Yeah.
supposed to be the world's strongest man, but not anymore because he just got his arms blown out. Again, great freaking effects there.
Yep. Damn.
Yeah, dude, he's the man's ruthless and he's cold. No pun intended.
Yep.
We don't need any Arnold Schwarzenegger ice puns.
Chill out.
What killed the dinosaurs?
Yes.
Oh, Dion's back. Here we go. Get Dion back in here. Let me pull switcheroo here. There we go. Dion is back. Hey, there he is. Unmute, Dion. There
Hey,
you
what's
go.
going on?
Yep, there you are. We knew you'd be back.
My apologies. I don't know what happened.
It's fine. These things happen. You're
Zoom.
fine.
Yeah, it's just Zoom.
Yeah, Lewis, what is up with Sub-Zero finishing no one?
Yeah.
I mean, his arms got blown off and he got tossed off like 20, 30 feet.
Mhm.
Not many people would survive that, so.
Although I wish we kind of had a case like what happened in the opening of Mortal Kombat X, where you just see Sub-Zero killing a bunch of guys at one time.
Okay, it's time for me to bitch as a fanboy here. I did have a problem with Melina's, not the actress. I actually she's awesome. My problem is with her face. I don't like the fact that.
Her face too.
Well, I don't like the fact that she can conceal her teeth. That bothers the hell out of me.
Yeah, it looked like she had like a bunch of caps and stuff. Like, before she goes full on, it just looks like she has like a bunch of silver in her mouth or whatever.
Yeah, see, in the original game, she couldn't conceal her teeth, and that's why she wore a mask, because she had the, really big exaggerated teeth, and she was hideous.
Yeah.
In this, they made her sexy, which is fine, but but she shows her teeth at will,
Yeah, it's like Mortal Kombat X's Melina.
Yeah,
And
which I hated, by the way.
I'm glad they changed it in MK11.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just have a problem with how they portray her teeth. She's supposed to be hideous all the time, not just when she wants to be.
So does that address have any relevance to the game, 806 West Washington Boulevard?
No.
No.
Okay. I was just curious.
And this is, Sonya Blade's little hideout here.
Mm-hmm.
And props to Jessica McNeamy. She's awesome. I actually like the fact that she looks a lot like Carrie Hoskins did in Mortal Kombat 3 in the game.
Oh, yeah. With the green tank top and the ponytail.
Yeah. Speaking of Carrie Hoskins, we'd love to have you on the show, by the way, if you happen to be watching this.
Yep.
It's just amazing, like, everyone's, like, Australian, and they're able to hide their accents the way they do. I mean, that's, like, everything, but, like...
Wait, is she Australian?
Yeah, all of them are.
Sorry?
Yeah. Jessica McNamee, yeah. I was actually watching some of the behind-the-scenes vignettes on YouTube today that HBO Max was releasing. All the people in the cast seem they seem like they're awesome people. Okay, here's some Easter Egg City right here.
Oh, yeah.
So I think they're referring to Cabal. There's Nightwolf.
Yep.
I think that's a reference to Kotal Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
They spelled it wrong.
I love that they put that in there.
Yeah.
Miss Sammy Ross is here. Welcome. For those who are just joining in, Master Pesina had an emergency. He is not here yet. We're still hoping he'll make it.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm checking the Zoom call diligently. Make sure I don't leave him hanging in the waiting room.
Oh, yeah. Best character ever.
Yes, Kano.
He saved the movie, man.
He's just having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
Like at a certain point, I didn't even care that he didn't have the metallic plate. Like, his mannerisms, the way he freaking reacted to, like, a shit ton of situations, like, he is Kano.
Absolutely. I think everyone who's ever played Kano, whether it's in the first movie or Legacy or here, we've been treated to so many great Kanos. I don't have any stories. Yeah, he deserved that.
Did you?
Yeah. Like, I remember, like, the whole theater was laughing at a majority of what Kano said.
Sammy Ross is also asking, how do you feel about the film without Johnny Cage? I'll address that real quick. I was let down, and I was really hoping that Louis Tan was going to be Johnny Cage.
Yeah. Although, I did like how they handled not having Johnny Cage, because, like, even, like, the first Avengers movie, it didn't have Ant-Man and Wasp, and Ant-Man and Wasp were founding members of the Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it gave him something to do for a sequel. Seek him out.
Again, I like the. I think it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. I just wish it was the more humanoid.
Yeah.
Reptile. Again, for those who are confused.
Yeah, and that
Mortal
Reptile,
Kombat Deadly Alliance. That's what Reptile looked like. So.
And even with his elongated face, like he could have been like concealed in I don't know hoodie or something, and had somewhat of like a fake human skin that was obviously fake.
And yes,
it didn't even have to be ninja clothing that he was wearing.
I'm so glad it's got the exaggerated green acid.
Oh yeah.
This must have been a bitch to film, just.
Yeah.
It looks like it was probably a lot of fun to film.
I'm sure they probably had to use like either a green screen suit or a laser pointer or something to.
They usually use like sticks that have like a golf ball on them or something, so they know where to look.
I love the tongue.
Uh-huh.
That's a great move.
Yeah. Here we go. The classic fatality. Classic fatality. Sammy Ross was also asking, "What did you, the character of Melina?" We were just talking about a few minutes ago. I don't like the fact that she can hide her teeth, like to conceal her, like hideousness, and it just comes out at will. I thought the actress who played it was awesome. I liked that she had the eyes, and I like the fact that they incorporate her teleport moves and stuff. And
yeah,
I just didn't like how they concealed her teeth. That's all. But that was just one of my main gripes. Oh, sorry, so a little twisted. That's so true. Actually, I like the way they portrayed Raiden's temple. Well, in the game, they could refer to it as the Sky Temple, but...
I hope we see Sky Temple in a sequel. Like, my pitch for what a sequel would be is like, a majority of the movie would take place in Outworld, but the one Earthrealm scene will be the Sky Temple.
You know, the one background I want to see in a Mortal Kombat movie that they haven't done in any media at all, I want to see the Living Forest. So
same. That would be awesome.
And like see someone get chucked inside one of those trees and get munched up.
Yes. Mark, do you know what the Living Forest is?
No, I have
so
no idea.
In the second game in Outworld, they're out in the forest and all the trees have faces.
Yep.
Trust me, it was really cool thing that they did in the game back in the day. And then in the ninth game, they actually incorporated a background fatality where you can push somebody into the trees and the tree would start chewing on you and swallow you.
Damn, they should have put something like that in this.
That's what I'm hoping for in the second movie. Yeah. That's an Outworld. It's an Outworld setting. So I really hope they incorporate that. That's one of my wish lists. Like I want to see the living. If there's any other backgrounds, I want to see is the Living Forest.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Living Forest and Smoke is just peeking out from behind one of the trees.
Yep. And MK9 did pay homage to that in the story mode.
Yep.
Where he's like peeking on Shang Tsung and I think at the same time he fought Reptile. It was a tag team fight in the story.
I love the foreshadowing here.
Yeah.
He talks about how he hates gnomes and the poor gnome.
Oh god, it is in his hand.
See, now when they showed the them flying the plane there, I really wish like they let like one of the original actors cameo or something from the original movie or from the game.
Yeah,
I'm surprised we didn't see anybody from the original.
I'm really hoping that's
luggage.
another thing on my wish list. In the second movie, give us cameos.
Yeah.
Lyndon Ashby carrying luggage for Johnny Cage. Thank God I didn't ask him to park the car.
Yeah. Like the most severe underreaction in any movie. It's like all his stuff is just like in the water. He's like, whoa.
Also, another thing I find funny about this scene here, someone, it was MK Temple that pointed it out. You remember in Deadpool how Lewis Tan's star screen was just pushed?
Oh, yeah.
In this movie, now he's just like, he gets pushed out the plane again. So where are we in the NFL draft right now? I'm just curious. Jets trade up for Vera Tucker. Sorry, I'm just looking at the NFL draft here.
Oh.
Oh, the Giants traded, and they got 4 picks from the Bears. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going way off topic right now. The Giants traded back and got 4 picks. They traded with Chicago Bears. Dion, our city's made a trade. So the Giants get.
I hope we got a what's the dude that throws the ball? Quarterback.
The dude that
Mitchell Trubisky.
Now you sound like me.
We need a new one because he sucks. Look.
Well, if they traded for the Giants pick, so that means the Bears pick at 11, and the Giants are picking 20th, and they're getting the 2021 5th rounder and a 2022 first rounder and a 4th rounder. So yeah, so we're getting your first round pick next year. Thanks, Dion. I appreciate it. That being said, I hope you guys tank so that way you guys are picking like number 1, and the Giants will have that pick. I'm gonna root for the Bears.
Good, bro.
I'm rooting for the Bears to tank this year so the Giants get a better pick. I'm sorry. Every game I hope the Bears lose. I'm sorry, Dion.
I'm not even talking to you anymore.
Tank, Bears, tank. Okay, I agree. Sammy Ross in the chat says, I'm disappointed that Shang Tsung didn't get to fight. Yes!
Yeah.
I was skeeved. Here comes Liu Kang. Perfect timing. Yes, I wanted Liu Kang. That's a great entrance, by the way. I love that shot of him walking in the sun because if you remember in Mortal Kombat 2, his versus screen, Hosong Pak standing by the sunset. That's what it reminds me of. I love that little reference. But yeah, I'm disappointed that we didn't get no Liu Kang Shang Tsung fight. That was gut wrenching for me. I mean, Shang Tsung did kill Kung Lao, but he didn't actually fight him. He just grabbed him and took his soul. He didn't even fight him. So this guy here, Ludi Lin, he was in Power Rangers, right? In the
Yeah, he was Black Ranger.
Yep.
And he was in Black Mirror.
Oh, okay.
He played a Ryu parody for an episode of Black Mirror where these two guys were like playing a VR game.
Okay. Yo, I think I love how he looks. Like they nailed Liu Kang. I mean, even to me, Robin Shu is still the best like on-screen Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how I feel like they kind of shoved Liu Kang to the side in this movie. But this guy did an awesome job. Ludi Lin did an awesome job. He really looks like it. Like, wow.
I mean, it'd be cool to see Robin Shu be... I don't want to say Bo' Rai Cho, though, because Jackie Chan would be a better Bo' Rai Cho.
Jackie Chan absolutely has to be Bo' Rai Cho. So,
maybe
real quick,
Shujinko? Robin Shu is Shujinko?
Yes, Robin Shu would be a good Shujinko. I think that's a good one. So, Mark, The reason why we're saying Jackie Chan should be borracho is because borracho, by the way, for those who don't know, borracho is actually the Spanish word for drunk. But Master Borracho was Liu Kang's teacher, and his fighting style was the drunken fist fighting style.
Gotcha.
That's why I want Jackie Chan to play Borracho.
Yeah.
And he has one of my favorite fatalities. Just puts a torch in his ass. He just farts in his opponent to death.
Yeah, he was kind of a goofy character, but I loved him, honestly. He's a guilty pleasure character. And they did name drop Borracho in this movie.
When Liu Kang explains his origin story.
Yeah. Yeah, that he was died and Master Borracho rescued him as a kid or something.
Fallen Gaming says Robin Shu as Fujin.
Yeah. That'd be good. So those morals, there's obviously Goro, Great Kung Lao.
That's Taven's mom, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, the Adinians, yeah. And Shao Kahn. And just like the first movie, they don't name drop Shao Kahn. There's Scorpion, Sub-Zero, obviously. Yeah, Lewis says they ain't got Jackie Chan money. Sorry.
Yeah, I believe that.
Again, wishful thinking. Or this is just.
They should, since Jackie Chan, he's been on. Well, let's just say he hasn't been on the most highest of budget movies. Like the last movie I saw him in was Kung Fu Yoga, and there's this movie that just came out where it has Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it looks really low budget.
Oh, yep, I know what you're talking about.
When you're talking about.
Yeah. Just want to welcome D Grave in the chat. Efren Moniz. Thanks for stopping in again. Master Pesina had an emergency. We're still hoping he stops in. We completely understand if he doesn't, though. I mean, obviously these things happen.
Oh, he took the Shinnok amulet.
Yes, so yep, Shinnok's amulet. That was a good reference there.
I thought they were actually going to go somewhere with that. I'm like, oh shoot, because like it would have been cool like if once Kano died, he still had the amulet with him, and presumably like Shang Tsung takes his body. It's like, oh, look what we found.
I'm actually surprised that I know Liu Kang, said put that back or whatever, but I'm surprised like they didn't like freak out more because of what that amulet's capable of.
Yeah.
They could have sold. That's the thing. They could have sold it off a little bit more, saying, "Do not touch the amulet of Shinnok." And then we're okay. Yeah, D Grave, I agree. We hope everything's okay too.
Norton's Chin says if Kano was a plumber, he would be Drano.
Yep.
That's a funny dad joke.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I think those monks probably live very well in that temple.
Is there any like indoor plumbing in that place?
Well, dude, did you see all the food they were eating though? Like egg rolls and stuff. They probably got some good cooks. Those monks are probably really good cooks.
Oh yeah, they probably have like a.
Plus, Raiden could probably get takeout easy because he can teleport anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
Again, I think Raiden's awesome. I know there's a few people who don't think so. I think Raiden's awesome.
Yeah.
Efren Muda says, I saw an Easter egg for Katana. Have you seen? Yes. So, yeah, we saw Katana's fan sitting there. Obviously teasing that she exists. I'm beginning to wonder. Do you think they're going to... We're going into spoilers here, but do you guys think that in the sequel, the same gal who played Melina is going to play Katana? Since she's a clone of Katana?
I wouldn't be surprised. But
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Given how the lore of this movie's somewhat drifted from the game, I wouldn't be surprised if they give an explanation like, oh yeah, Katana's been dead for like a long time, which is the reason why Outworld's been able to get away with some of this stuff.
I'm still going to stick to my theory that Katana's been hiding from Shao Kahn for centuries. I'm sticking with that. I'm sticking with that theory. Elon Lewis is like, Raiden's so whack. D. Graves says, should have had Tony in here. Anthony Marquez. I I don't know. Are you
Yeah.
referring to having him in the movie or having him in the watch? If you were asking him about the watch party, I did try to get him in the watch party. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get out of his classes. But I guess it's okay to say Anthony Marquez will be coming back to Nerd Cage. We don't know when, but we're currently in negotiations to lock a date down. But Anthony Marquez will be back.
Yeah, he's a big MCU fan, so we'll be chopping it up about the MCU for sure.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So stay tuned for that. I will, as soon as I get a date locked down, I will make the announcement. But if I'm gonna take a guess, hopefully in June. We're booked up in May, so hopefully in June.
Oh
Mm-mm-mm.
There's my boy, Kung Lao.
Yeah.
Let me get my hat. Here we go.
yeah. He was like perfect for this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had the physicality, the look. Like he's just
Absolutely.
awesome.
I don't even think they were planning to have Shang Tsung fight in this movie, since I don't think he fight wearing that. Like, if he got into a fight Liu Kang with that, like Liu Kang could probably like set his cape on fire or like tug it down.
This is the only guy in the whole movie to me that looks like super cartoony. Do you know what I mean? Like, am I the only one that thinks that?
He doesn't look very imposing.
Yeah, he just.
I think it doesn't help that when we had such a great Shang Tsung and Kerry Tagawa.
Yeah, like they got the accountant from The Dark Knight that was like hiding in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm. Katana's fan.
Yep.
There it is again.
I'm okay with
even
the
his hair looks fake. Like everything about it, his costuming to me looks like a cosplay. Like it doesn't look like the rest of them look like they're like legit characters. Like he doesn't.
I'm fine with it. I actually like it, but again, I'm just gonna say, like again, Terry Tagawa owned that role, and like you said, he was imposing.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
You know, he was the way he acted, like he owned that role, and there's a reason why he came back for the game in Mortal Kombat 11 and in Legacy.
God,
Yeah.
if
It's
they would've
just
got him for
Terry
this, it'd been so
Tagawa's
much
shoes
better.
are really hard to fill.
Yeah, you're
That's what
right
it
about
comes down
that.
to.
Even though I'm iffy on Mortal Kombat 11's aftermath story, I love every single part of Shang Tsung in that game. Like,
Yeah.
like
Oh
the
yeah,
way-
in Aftermath, absolutely.
in Aftermath, like you get to see a close-up shots of his face giving certain expressions, like he's gonna backstab everyone eventually.
Yeah.
Like that was Shang Tsung the game, basically.
Yeah. Oh my god, Ian Lewis is just going hard on Raiden. He's too short, and now D. Grave agrees that Raiden was too short. Now, to be fair, Raiden is originally in the game supposed to be 7 feet tall. But Christopher Lambert wasn't 7 feet tall, is not 7 feet tall. But in the game, Raiden's supposed to be 7 feet.
How tall is Christopher Lambert? He's at least 6 something, right?
He's definitely above 6 feet.
Yeah, like he's at least tall.
Yeah, I know Clancy Brown's definitely taller than him.
Clancy Brown's
Oh
like
yeah,
7
Clancy
feet
Brown's
tall.
a giant.
Yeah.
Like last time I saw Highlander, he was freaking imposing.
Yeah.
He still is. He's old now, but he's still
Yeah,
like close
still
to 7 feet
menacing.
tall.
Yeah.
By the way, I love Clancy Brown as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I agree.
It's pretty sad that Clancy Brown's probably more famous as a voice actor than he is as an actor, as the guy who's played the Kurgan.
I always wished that like they just let him do the live action Lex Luthor, like because I think he would be great at that too.
Yeah. I mean, I still would love to have Bryan Cranston as Lex Luthor too.
I think he declined that role.
Yeah, I'd heard that too. Yeah, that he'd been offered it and he said no.
D. Grave says the Krabby Kurgan. Yeah, because he's Mr. Krabs. Yes, well said. Alfred Munoz in the chat says Kung Lao was great, but Tony Marquez will always be Kung Lao. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why I cosplay Kung Lao. Oh wait, hold on. I just want to grab this real quick. Anthony Marquez did send me this autograph.
Holy shit!
Live.
Oh yeah, I think I found my autograph of actor who played Scorpion in the first movie.
Oh, Chris Casamassa.
Yeah, I also think I found my photo on my phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Chris Casamassa. I know somebody who knows him, so I want to reach out to that person to see if he can get me in contact with Chris Casamassa.
I just need to frame it. That's
love
the
to have
problem.
Chris Casamassa on the show.
And unfortunately, I didn't really take care of it since I got signed back in 2015, and the picture is like a little bent and yeah.
Norton's chin says, Johnny, sweep the leg. Well, yeah, like I cannot wait to have Marquez back on the show.
I love that takedown.
Yeah, that was nice.
I love that takedown.
And the fighting styles, like that's definitely Kung Lao's fighting style.
Yeah. It's like a Captain America shield. But but sharper.
Bonk, bonk, boink. Have you ever seen any Lego animations by Force Fire 101? Like, I know he did the Lego Captain America animation where he just slaughters a bunch of Nazis and he ends up decapitating someone with a shield. I mean, it freaked me out when I saw it when I was like 11 years old, but even now I thought it was awesome.
All right, here we go. Here's the sweep the leg reference coming. Dude, man, that guy is ripped. He may not be big, but he reminds me of Bruce Lee, where he's only like 130 pounds, but he's ripped.
Mm-hmm. He looks like looking straight out of the game.
There we go. So, Mark, they threw this in the movie on purpose because back in the old days, you could just spam the sweep and just win matches that way. That's what they're making reference to.
That's funny. That's more enjoyable then. Because when I saw this the first time around, I was like, why does he keep falling for that?
There we go. So now we just made the movie better for you.
Yeah.
I gotta turn on the light in my room.
Now it's a 6.1 out of 10.
A 6.1.
But yeah, between sweeping the leg and the jump kicks, that was like the way to win the old arcade games.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
By the way, one day I want to expand Nerd Cage Live, and maybe like on a Saturday night we'll stream video games and we'll play like Mortal Kombat Online or something, or maybe Mario Party or something. I think that could be fun when I'm ready, obviously. I wouldn't mind streaming games on the weekends or something.
So Efren Munoz says Sensei Chris Casamassa was the teacher for Jason David Frank.
Wow.
White Ranger. That was cool to know.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So
that's good to know.
I met both the student and the master. Holy shit.
Wow, that's awesome.
It all makes sense now.
And Jason
Frank, it makes sense now. Here's why. There's an internet video of the White Ranger versus Scorpion.
Oh.
And it's Chris Casamassa and Jason David Frank.
That's cool.
Oh, now
it just dawned on me. Eon Lewis, yes. Eon Lewis, I'm glad you brought this up. I guess it's now time to say it. If you weren't here at the very beginning of the stream, we just officially announced, we're going to be doing a watch party for our 1-year anniversary with Real Talk, a movie podcast. We're going to be watching Pulp Fiction on Thursday, June 17th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please be there for that. We're going to be watching Pulp Fiction. That's Mark and I's one of our favorite movies of all time. And that's going to be our 1-year anniversary show. So yes, that's our next watch party.
And real quick, Jay, you keep calling him Eon. His name's Ian.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ian Lewis.
Ian.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's all right.
I'm sorry. I don't mean disrespect. I apologize.
No, I know.
Get it together. No,
gotta look out for my homie.
Absolutely. But yeah, we're gonna be doing Pulp Fiction watch party with Real Talk.
Real quick.
Those guys are great. Yep, that's fine. Ian is laughing now. Okay, one thing I do appreciate here, something that I feel like this movie got right, is the relationship with Sonia and Jax. They did get that right, that, you know, they've been serving the military together. Jax is the, you know, obviously top dog. But I like the fact that they, you know, that they didn't forget about their relationship, their military relationship. Like I said, look at all that food. I would love to be one of Raiden's Shaolin monks. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
They're living the good life. I want to be a Shaolin monk.
But where's all the food like coming from? Do you know what I mean? Like they're like in the middle of the desert. And...
Okay, I got two theories to that. One, those monks could probably in the temple probably could make something out of nothing. And two, Raiden can teleport anywhere he wants.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he can just bring food from anywhere.
Yeah. I think Raiden supplies the food and the monks make it.
Gotcha.
Actually, I like this scene. I like the scene, but I hate the idea of Kano's laser. I'll get into that in a second.
Yeah,
it's just me bitching
I
as
like
a fan.
that. Like Kung Lao like roasts him like constantly though.
Hard.
He's great. Just grills him.
I liked it because Kung Lao, he's supposed to be ignorant. Like he's cocky and ignorant. Wish for some silent monks.
Aggressive little bunny.
You know he is so livid.
Sorry about that. I thought we had a break-in going on here. Oh, God.
Single word, failure.
You can't handle it. Just going off.
I want to know if that's improvised.
It probably is.
Okay, I love that scene. But Kano's eye is supposed to be an implant, not a natural ability. That's okay.
The scene was already good enough as it is to justify it not being a metal implant.
Yeah.
And so is the writing.
Better than fireballs, you pussy. Yeah, the way it's executed is great. I just have a problem with the story arc in general. But
sure,
that scene definitely brought me some joy. It did.
Yeah, the whole Arcana and the Dragon Tattoo parts, like it could have been explored more, especially since Jax got it from someone else, and I wish it was more expanded upon. But everything about it with Kano was perfect.
Yeah, the problem I have with it, it's like. It's obviously it's new for the movie, but it's like mutants going through puberty.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's basically it, yeah.
That's basically what it is. For those who don't know, I'm referencing X-Men. For and people in the chat don't know what I'm talking about. X-Men, mutants, gain their mutations usually through duress and puberty and stuff. But to me, I kind of always compared X-Men and Mortal Kombat because, people with abilities fighting each other. I think I've always been a sucker for that. I always loved X-Men and Mortal Kombat from the jump when I was a kid.
They should cross it over.
You know what? I tagged you in it, Mark, just the other day. Apparently, NetherRealm's working on a Marvel game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Shit.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder how they pulled that off because NetherRealm's owned by Warner Brothers. They must have made some kind of deal.
Some deal, yeah.
And imagine if they have DC characters as like guest DLC characters. All I would like blow my mind, and oh my god.
That wouldn't surprise me, honestly, if they threw in like a DC guest character or a Mortal Kombat guest character. But honest to God, don't be wrong, Marvel versus Capcom will always be like the best Marvel or Capcom fighting game ever.
Yeah.
But in the last few
Marvel's
years,
Capcom 2.
Marvel fighting games have been shit the last few years.
Yeah,
NetherRealm
Marvel's Capcom Infinite
clearly
was
makes better
but-
fighting games. Let NetherRealm make an X-Men or Marvel fighting game. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Although, like, I don't want to be MCU influenced up the ass like Marvel's Capcom Infinite was, and I wouldn't mind if like designs came from a Japanese artist like Tetsuya Nomura, because like after looking at the Square Enix Avengers game, I'm like, no more MCU, please. And Tetsuya Nomura is like, his design on Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man are awesome.
Yeah. Shay Smithers just asked a good question. I can answer it. Said, wasn't there an X-Men fighting game back on PS1? Yes, there was. X-Men Mutant Academy was tits, man. I loved that game. I loved that game.
There's also I think it was called X-Men: The Next Generation for PlayStation
Yes!
2.
That was good too.
Oh yeah.
Is that the one you play as like your own mutant?
No. It's a straight up X-Men fighting game.
Okay.
And like, dude, I loved playing as like Magneto. Oh god, dude.
I remember playing the story mode. Like, I could not get past the first Sentinel fight at all.
Have any of you guys played X-Men Legends?
Yes. Just the first one. I didn't play the second one, but I played.
I played both. I like them both.
I always wanted to because I love the Ultimate Alliance games.
That's exactly what it is. It's basically Ultimate Alliance, but with all X-Men, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, if you look closely at his design, he has like a police badge somewhere in his suit.
Who, Cabal?
Yeah, as a little like nod to his origins.
Yeah, well, his MK9 origin. In Mortal Kombat 3, he wasn't a cop. They Mortal Kombat 9 is something they threw in, but yeah, it was a Mortal Kombat 9 origin story. Okay. Awesome. By the way, I love how they made Cabal from Brooklyn. By the way.
Yeah, I love that. It's a complete fucking asshole.
That's New York right there.
Oh yeah.
Man, we got to get Joey Z back on the show, man. He was a trip.
Yeah.
I just want to point out something that kind of bothered me that I feel like no one else has pointed out. So, Raiko. Okay, I get his looks different, but why the hell did they give Raiko a hammer and not the spiked club?
Wait, I think he might have had a hammer in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Maybe.
I mean, it might be a reference to, like, you know, that he was supposed to be the reincarnate Shao Kahn, like that we talked about in our stream last week.
Right.
But I just wish they gave him the spiked club instead of the hammer. That's just me. Now this scene here, they definitely took liberty with the story a little bit. Yes, they were both Black Dragon, but Cabal sided with Earthrealm in the original timeline. Now, also, it wasn't Kano. They said in this movie that Kano was the one that caused Cabal to be burned and, you know, with the respirator.
He repaired him.
But it was actually Shao Kahn's goons that did it. That's fine, though. Cabal's badass.
I thought they were implying that Kano was the one who built Cabal's mask and respirator, not Kano setting him on fire.
Well, he did say it's his fault I haven't ironed long, so I got the impression that maybe they had a dispute.
That's how I do, yeah.
Maybe they had a dispute in the Black Dragon. He burned them up or something. Maybe set them on fire and collapsed his lung. And of course, the plot twist that we all saw coming if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, that Kano was gonna eventually betray Earthrealm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But maybe what he meant was that. All right, I'm just processing that line. Like maybe what he meant was not necessarily that Kano did it, but that maybe he allowed it to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's probably caught in an explosion or something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another thing, too, that's kind of been bothering me for the whole movie is they're not supposed to be interfering with the tournament before the tournament begins.
Yeah.
Well,
they brought that up, too. Like...
Yeah. In the first movie they established, remember, Raiden came in and zapped Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and he said to Shang Tsung, like, enough, your Sideshow Street attack my fighters. Davis, do it again. Davis, just do it again.
Oh, wait, say it again?
Do your Christopher Lambert Raiden again.
Enough!
He sounds just like him. It's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing this in theaters first time. I'm like, what the hell is a crowbar gonna do?
Yeah.
It's freaking Goro.
That part right there reminded me of Daimajin a little bit, like when Samanosuke was like hiding in the thing.
Yeah.
And then
and Daimajin like gets his hand in there and like grabs him, pulls him out.
That was so awesome.
I'm just saying, Cole should be dead by now.
Yeah. That was my thought too.
At the very least, those punch at least made him a KO.
Yeah, but you can't kill off the like you said, can't kill off the main hero. And yes, I agree with Follow Game. I love the Kabal effects.
Being thrown like that, that should have been fatal.
Well, I mean, all this stuff's happening to him. Like his skin's not even broken or anything. He's like not bleeding.
Hashtag Mark ruins everything.
All right, I'll shut up about it.
No, Mark. This is why you're here. The point, Now, I'm kind of baffled that Melina let her live. I'm kind of...
That's why. She said her death has no worth.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
Ooh, yes.
Like I said, I love the way they did Kabal. They got that right. Kabal's a speedster. They got that right.
They got this part right too.
Oh my God, his head just twisted like a freaking Han Solo and Special Edition of Star Wars.
And Natara, I listen. I like the look. I dig it, and she is a throwaway character, so I was expecting this.
I mean, you gotta have characters perform fatalities on.
Yep, I agree. I 100% agree. But oh God, I love this scene. I have like pictures. I keep posting pictures of this scene because I love it that much. Yes, here we go.
Oh, this is great.
Let's go.
Look
Oh,
on his face.
Okay, so when I was watching this movie in theaters, a bunch of parents decided like bring their kids to go see it. Throughout the movie, they would not shut up until that happened.
Wow.
and again, I think I already pointed this out to you, Mark, is that actually is a fatality from the Mortal Kombat 9.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It was a little different in 9. 9, he kicks the pretty grabs the person by his legs, and I think it's more similar to how it was in MKX, where it goes up to the face first.
Yeah. I mean, in Mortal Kombat 9, he just does it between the legs first, not the face. But it's still the spinning blade on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm so bothered by this.
Place.
Goro gets killed at like a random neighborhood. Like, ugh. They did him so dirty in this movie. I'll never let this go.
I also think he looks terrible.
Honestly, I actually like the big meaty sweaty puppet from the first movie better.
Yeah, I do too. Like, this looks like the Wish version of the Hulk.
Oh no!
Like even his face looks like Mark Ruffalo's face.
I'm just what the? I can't really tell because of the lighting, but like I'm just glad I saw like MK9 Goro, or for some reason he's wearing like a ton of armor.
I just want to say that Cole's literally wearing plot armor right now.
He's wearing what?
Plot armor.
What's that? Plot armor.
Oh, like it's basically like a cliche or a trope where it's like a certain character, usually the main character, like no matter what, he can only win because the plot says so.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about specifically like that's a specific type of armor. I was like, I've never heard of that.
Well, I mean, technically it is.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And not to mention, they borrowed from...
Just in the metaphorical sense.
They borrowed from Black Panther.
Oh, yeah, with the vibranium absorption.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks like Aquaman.
Yeah, he's got the Aquaman armor on.
Again, like I said, I don't mind the character Cole. I just feel like they did Goro dirty. I really do. And then the Tumfas, which I guess you could say that's a reference to Tanya in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Or no, Deception.
It's my least favorite weapon.
Man. Diced them up.
Oh my god, they did Goro dirty, man.
Oh, my hand.
Yeah, this kind of raises a question. So, Goro's been the undefeated champion for how many years? 500 you said?
500
and no one thought to bring a sword to a fight. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of worse.
Oh, man. All right, now it's back to a 6 out of 10, 6.0.
Oh, no.
Oh, so we raised it and then we lowered it just like that.
I still like this movie, though. I still like it.
Prince Goro should have been hitting the gym.
I'll say this, like, for a first-time director and first-time writer, like, you have to like give credit where credit is due. Like, I know I'm very hard on this movie, but I couldn't make this movie. Like, you know what I mean? So I will say that much. Like, first time out, they did a good job.
So the Giants drafted a wide receiver. Good, I'm happy. We needed a wide receiver.
Injustice 2 gear powers. Ah.
And I kind of do have a problem with the arms, but we don't have to go there.
Yeah, I have to go there. Yeah.
I was fine with it just because it's part of his power. Like, fine, whatever. They already established that the Shaolin or whoever's living the tempo, both the arms for him.
I just kind of wish like maybe like he gained like his wave, the wave where he throws like the wave beam from his arms.
Did he shoot like some rocket or something out of his arm?
I'm just saying, like, I mean, if the arms grow, fine, but I just wish his...
Yeah, you're right. Like, in Mortal Kombat 2, he did shoot a wave.
Yeah, he shot a wave, yeah. And then in the third game, he had missiles. That's all. I just kind of wish... I just think his plot point was weak. His arms magically transform.
Yeah, it bothered me too because like the whole time I felt like couldn't they just have made his arms like that when they were putting, you know what I mean? When they were reattaching them, just give him those arms.
Ah, man. I knew it was going to happen, but...
I like how they do that. Like,
yes!
Like, he's carrying him like this, and he's sucking it through his mouth.
No, not just that, but I like how it's green.
Yeah. And
in the games, it was green. It was always green. The soul magic.
The body's becoming all decayed.
Yeah. Yeah, trust me. It hurt inside, but I knew. Deep down, I knew it was going to happen.
He didn't even get to fight in the tournament.
No, Tony, you remember Conquest, the void between realms. They borrowed that from Mortal Kombat Conquest. I kind of have a problem with that too, just a little bit. Like, where were you? But whatever.
I like the music here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the score and the music's good.
Yeah, it is a good score.
It's a good score, but the soundtrack to the first movie way more impactful.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
well, yeah. Like the soundtrack to me, like drove that movie.
And I'm not just talking about Techno Syndrome. I'm talking about all the tracks.
The whole thing. That Fear Factory song, like, Typo Negative was on it.
Tracy Lords, like,
dun,
Typo Negative, like, Jesus Christ, that soundtrack is banging, dude.
Yeah,
and just hearing, just like, oh my God, dude, it just, that's the one thing where, again, we live in a society where like soundtracks don't matter no more. You know?
Yeah, they used to drive movies. Like I'm old enough to remember like the soundtracks used to come out before the movie would come out, and it would get you hyped to watch the movie.
Oh, the pit.
That's another problem. The pit. So that's
I was so excited when I saw that like on screen for the first time. Like, oh, but like Jax could at least thrown his body in there after.
That's exactly. He should have smashed his head and then threw his body off the pit. It just sucks because like I wish we got more of these backgrounds from the game.
Shaka Khan.
I'm guessing that's supposed to be Outworld where they're fighting Cabal and Melina.
Yeah. Yep. Raiden sent them there. Yeah.
Just pick up the Shao Kahn statue.
Yeah. Well, that and the pit was actually Shang Tsung's island, but I got the impression that the pit here is an Outworld.
Oh yeah.
Again. Okay. Yes, Cabal's freaking awesome here. But I love the fact that Melina teleports. Like, thank you for incorporating that.
You know, when you know that the guy has armor, you should probably try stabbing him in the head instead of you know.
Yeah, like
Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
It's Steve Harvey. You made Steve Harvey pissed.
You can't say that on TV.
Survey said.
Yeah. Oof. You don't need this anymore?
Now, why wouldn't he hit him with the hammer?
Because he got his arms.
He don't need the hammer.
You don't
his arms are awesome.
Yes. Classic fatality. But yeah, I wish we got to see his body get pushed out the pit.
Like, just knock his body down. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, Tony's right. It was a missed opportunity. To answer your question, yes, we've all seen the movie.
Nice.
So was that iodine she threw?
I don't know.
I think that was iodine.
Why would that ruin his laser, though?
I don't know.
I'm just like trying to think of the science behind it. Like, 'cause it's not electrical. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think getting iodine in the eye would be either way would hurt.
I mean, it would hurt, but
okay, here we go. So the foreshadow from earlier. Okay, again, I don't think he's dead. They will revive him. Book it. Everyone says he was the best part of the movie. They'll bring him back.
yeah.
With the armored plate on his face. Yo, props to the body actor the suit actor that played Cabal, because I can't imagine being able to move in all that costume.
Right. And you'd have to do like multiple takes. Like, look at all the different angles.
Bicycle kick.
Yep, bicycle kick. But yeah, like, I can't imagine. It's got to be a nightmare fighting that suit.
Oh man.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm okay with the fire dragon. I'm okay with it.
I like Cabal's reaction to it, though.
I think we all would have been like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, but now my lips are stuffy. Okay, here's what I was talking about earlier. So now she wants to show off her teeth. She's supposed to look like that.
All the
regardless.
time, right?
Yeah, all the time.
So wait, does this mean all Tarkatans are like this in this movie universe?
Well, no, because remember, she's part Tarkatan, not full Tarkatan.
Yeah. Although, like, the version of Raka
Superhero
in Mortal
minded.
Kombat Legacy kind of disappointed me, just because he was
I
full on
agree.
ugly. Yeah.
And another thing too, and I don't want to downplay Melina, but why is it that Cole struggled with Melina, but he handled Goro like nothing?
Right.
That's all. Hashtag J ruins everything.
5.9 out of 10.
Oh man.
Okay, I gotta admit, I kind of like this scene just with how scary Sub-Zero is.
Yeah, like I said, Sub-Zero was definitely the showstopper.
Mm.
Oh, freaking, he didn't even have to do anything to open that door.
Yeah.
Man, he's just
Ruthless.
I know.
He's hardcore.
He's an asshole.
He's cold as ice.
Okay,
cool as that.
I don't want to ruin it, but someone did point. I was watching another review. If you look on the floor, like where they're stepping, you could see like the rubber of the floor kind of like move.
Yeah.
That doesn't move like ice.
Oh yeah, they should be like slippery,
Yeah.
slopping all over the place.
Absolutely.
But
Also,
they're walking on like a foam floor, and it's not ice.
it also kind of looks like that some of the support beams are covered in saran wrap.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you suck, Cole. Oh, he said family, like in Spy Kids. That's gonna motivate him.
And Fast and Furious.
Oh yeah, Scorpion's a Final Fantasy 7 in this movie.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed how they handled Scorpion, honestly.
Oh shit.
And by the way, I was right from last week's stream that he was a descendant.
Get over here.
Yes, yeah, you were.
I was. All right, here we go. Best fight right here.
I like how they did like a little reprise of the old Mortal Kombat theme.
Yup. Also, I love the fact that they saved the two best martial artists of the movie
For the end.
for this final fight. And you
Yeah,
can
I
tell
agree.
that they're way better skilled than the rest of the actors.
Yeah.
By far. With the exception of Louis Tan. These guys are on another level.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
If you've seen The Raid or The Night Comes for Us, like, yeah, that's thing behind is awesome.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I love how he strictly speaks Japanese in this movie.
He's like the only one that doesn't know how to use his powers. That was badass.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Everything about this is perfect. This is what we wanted 25 years ago. This is the one thing I will say this is superior to the first movie, is this.
Yeah,
The
I'll
Just
agree with
Scorpion
this.
and Sub-Zero fight. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was my main letdown on the 95 version.
Well,
I mean, the 95 movie acknowledged it, but we never actually got it.
Yeah. Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting.
Yeah. They're just like, oh,
The ice
slaves in
clone
a-
Oh,
move.
Ice Clone.
Ice clone.
Oh.
Yeah, you gonna pay now.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, my only complaint with this fight is
But-
all of a sudden, like, in the middle, it becomes a tag team fight. Yeah. And Cole just jumps in temporarily.
Well, they're technically breaking the rules of the tournament because it's supposed to be one-on-one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this isn't really a tournament anyway. So
Yeah, they started it by just cheating from the beginning.
Let's cheat too.
In fact, the original plan was that they were just going to gang up on Sub-Zero anyway.
I love that form. That sword form that he just did. That was pretty sweet.
I feel bad because I haven't been paying attention to the chat since this fight started.
Oh.
I just love this fight.
He should have done that from the beginning, I feel like.
I like how Sub-Zero's costume just gradually gets torn apart. It's like, honestly, he's still gonna fight him. Yeah.
Oh man, they did a great job incorporating. Yes. Love how the spear looks.
That was great.
By the way, I did pre-order all my Funko Pops for this movie.
I'm surprised the Pops didn't come out first.
I know, they're not coming out till September and October. What the hell?
Yeah, because usually with toys and movies, toys come out first.
Yeah.
I mean, even Godzilla vs. Kong, they released the Mechagodzilla toy right before the movie came out.
Yep, I got all the GVK Pops, all of them.
Yep, he's on my desk.
I hate the movie, but I love the merch. And yes, I kind of wish it was full Flame Skull, but I wouldn't slide. Instead of just half his face, I wish it was this whole, the whole skull.
Did Kool even understand what he was saying to him?
Probably not. It don't matter.
He's just like, yeah.
Oh, you know what would be cool in the sequel? If, like, Bihan's skin became, like, when he becomes Noob Saibot, his skin became ash black, as in, like, the same ashes that was inflicted on him when he was set on fire.
Yeah.
Because there's a little foreshadowing here right now with, him being burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And being covered in ashes. And that's why Liu Kang should have been the one to fight Sub-Zero.
No, we want the Scorpion Sub-Zero.
Yeah, but like, and realistically speaking, like Liu Kang has firepower. But then again, Sub-Zero came out with the little bracelet, and Cole intervened, and because Cole he said that he was originally gonna plan to have all of them jump at Sub-Zero.
This is what bothers me right here. I wanted Liu Kang to fight. Like, you killed my cousin. You killed Kung Lao. Like, fight me, sorcerer. Like, come on. Oh, what a lot. This is what ruins the movie for me. I want it. Now that we didn't get a tournament, we didn't even get a Shang Tsung Liu Kang fight. He talked too much.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So here we go. Johnny Cage. So.
And the place is clean as a whistle.
They got the best cleanup crew. The best cleanup crew.
It's just water, but at the very least, it should be like all soggy, and there should be a lot of wiping all over the place. I can imagine that guy walking in, and he's like, "What the hell happened here?"
Yeah, like there's just no questions or anything.
Mark, it's just like the original Home Alone. Remember how we pointed out, like, the house gets destroyed, and then he manages to clean up the whole house.
Yeah, how the hell did he have time? Yeah, to clean the whole house.
It's the Home Alone flaw.
At least he left Buzz's room messed up.
Oh, God. Dion, can you please answer this question here? So, Efren in the chat says, here's my question. Ed Boon wants improve the wrestler The Miz to play Johnny Cage. However, fans want Ryan Reynolds to play Johnny Cage. What are you guys' thoughts? Dion, go ahead.
Miz, all day, every day. He's good looking. He's got those man titties that don't move. I mean, come on now. I bet you any money he has a belt buckle like that in that poster already.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you any money.
Guaranteed.
Tony Davis, what do you guys got for that?
I did see a Boss Logic Photoshop of Chris Pratt as Johnny Cage, but after seeing Avengers Infinity War, I'd rather not have him be Johnny Cage or Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as Tony.
Yeah, I'd rather them cast an unknown. I'm sorry. Listen, just because The Miz wants to play the role doesn't mean he should, because not everybody can be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or John Cena or Batista. That's all. That's all. I'm sorry. I don't want it to happen, Dion. I know we're on opposing sides, but if he gets it, I'm just got to swallow the pill, but I'm hoping he doesn't get it.
Oh, he's gonna get it. He's gonna have it. Money. I put money on it.
All right. So we'll shake on it right now. We'll bet on it. We'll bet dinner.
Bet dinner. All right.
All right. We'll shake hands. All right. So listen, so the credits are rolling again. I apologize. We just want to say on behalf of Master Pesina, we hope everything is all right. We understand. Yep. We're not upset. We understand these things happen. We'll definitely definitely have him on again at some point, I'm sure. We prayers to his family, and that we hope everything's all right.
Yeah. Right.
We definitely appreciate everyone being patient with us and everyone still hanging out with us regardless. I had a blast. Yeah. So while the credits roll, we'll go around in a circle. Go ahead and everybody plug themselves in. Please sub all these guys up. The links are in the description below. Everybody's links to their Facebook, to their YouTube channels and everything. So Tony, go ahead and plug yourself in, buddy.
All right, I'm Daikaiju Tony. I have a Twitter. I have a YouTube channel that I hardly do anything with, but I occasionally show up at Titangoji's stream, Gogo Titancast, and I'm a member of Giga Hub, which is a somewhat of a talk show. We just talk about movies, upcoming stuff, comic books, and we've re-recorded at a comic book store, and yeah, you should definitely check it out.
Excellent. Davis, I'm sure our fans know who you are, but if there's those who don't know, explain to our good Nerd Cage Nation who you are and what you do.
All right, so I'm Davis, also known as Titangoji. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about numerous tokusatsu and anime works. Tomorrow morning I will upload. Well, I mean, not exactly upload since it's already uploaded, but only exclusive to my Patreon supporters at the moment. But tomorrow morning, I'll officially release my review of Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn. I also did a commentary track for that movie with a couple of friends. That's a Patreon exclusive, but there will be a super cut that pretty much gets the basic gist of it down. And I keep talking about this Patreon I got. I do have a Patreon, of course, that is attached to the channel. All it takes is at least $1, and you get your name at the end of every future video.
So my Nerd Cage is there.
Oh yeah, Nerd Cage Live is a proud supporter, and depending on how much you pitch in, you can get early access to videos, exclusive content. You can also commission me to do videos, and also have a TeePublic where you can purchase my T-shirts from, and while I don't have a very consistent schedule, like on weekends, sometimes I do like my own little podcast called the Toku Titan Cast, which Tony and Jay are regulars on. And other than that, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And that's pretty much all I got.
All right, Dion McGill, go ahead. Tell them where you're from.
Chicago, baby! No. What's going on? So as always, thank you guys for having me. I'm a huge fan, so it's always a pleasure. But I have a podcast called Off the Beaten Podcast. It focuses on people in Chicago, just telling interesting stories of interesting people. But no matter where you live, you'll be able to appreciate it. We talk about I recently interviewed these a couple who lost their jobs during COVID, so they started a coffee roasting company that's become very popular. And then the next day I was interviewing another podcaster. We were supposed to talk The Bachelor, and we ended up talking about sex. Happens. So that's kind of what my podcast is. You never know what you're going to get, but it's going to be interesting conversations. That's kind of like, I like talking to people. Mark's been a guest on there. We actually talked about Superman because I was like, that's my boy, who I want to go to from her, the good information. So good conversations with good people, hopefully spreading good vibes. Particularly about Chicago. I feel like every time people talk about Chicago, it's never really in the most positive light. So just trying to change that one conversation at a time, I suppose. So check me out. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I have a YouTube page, but it is blank. So if you really want to go and ring it and subscribe to it this summer, content will be popping up there. So
links in the description, people.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
Your Podbean's in there too. So we always love having you on. You always bring the laughs. You always bring that positive energy. We always love having you on. As far as I'm concerned, you're like I said, the third member of Nerd Cage Live because you've been filling in when we need you, like when you filled in for Mark a few times. So thank you for all you do. I love listening to Off the Beaten Podcast. Everyone should definitely
thank you, brother.
For if you listen on Spotify or Apple or Podbean, definitely check out Off the Beaten Podcast. It's always a joy to listen to Dion, and he just bleeds positivity, and it's always a joy listening to his content. And I will have to agree, Chicago is one of the most badass city in the world. Despite what I think about their sports teams, I love the city of Chicago. I love G-Fest. I love Combat Con. If it wasn't for Chicago, we wouldn't have Mortal Kombat to begin with. And I love deep dish pizza. Shout out to Giovanna's and Pequods. I love
Pequods,
as a proud New Yorker, I
knows.
love Chicago pizza more than New York pizza. Come at me. I don't care. I've been eating thin crust my whole life.
I don't know how the other cities are doing, but they just announced a couple weeks ago, actually. But we're gonna have our comic book fest. C2E2 is happening in December, so it's very late this year, but it will be happening. So anybody who wants to come and see all the good stuff, comic books, movies, it's gonna be going down. I will be going for sure. So feel free to come and hit me up, and we'll nerd out together.
We have a Giordano's in Vegas.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's not fair. We need one out here, dude.
The only reason I know that is because it's from the website. Yeah.
Dude, come on. We need it in Syracuse or anywhere in New York, please.
There's one in
Is there one in Dallas?
There's one in Tennessee.
Dude, come on. Okay, listen. if we could like do like a podcast together on Off the Beaten podcast, I would call out Giovanna's. Come to Syracuse or someplace in New York, even Buffalo, Rochester, I don't know, but we need one out here because Pizzeria Uno's does not count. That ain't the real thing.
It definitely doesn't count.
It don't count.
There's no Giordano's in Texas.
Oh, man, dude. I mean, honest to God, Davis might crucify me for this, but honest to God, I'm excited to come back to G-Fest next year, but I'm probably more excited for Giordano's Pizza because I love it so much.
Yes.
I love Chicago pizza. I'll take that to my grave.
It's so good.
And it's so damn good. So yeah, Chicago's one of my favorite cities to go to, and it's definitely my favorite place to eat, hands down.
Yep.
Oh,
Freak and I'd eat a pizza wearing my Spider-Man costume.
Oh man, I'm heartbroken, man. I can't believe there's one in Vegas. Like, come on, I'm jealous. Oh. All right, Mark, what do you got? Anything you want to plug? We have a video dropping tonight. What do you? Let's go ahead and drop what you want to drop.
Yeah, it's been a productive week. So Wednesday we dropped a Falcon and Winter Soldier review with Will from Wild Band. Today we dropped a Mortal Kombat review. I encourage everybody to check that out. It's only 5 minutes of your life, but I think you'll get our take if we weren't clear enough in this watch party tonight. And in just a few hours, we'll be premiering our most recent look back, and that is Friday the 13th Part 2. We broke down the entire evolution of Friday the 13th, how the story of Jason came about, the origin of the mask, everything. So I encourage you guys to check that out. That's going to be available early tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. And real quick, in case you guys weren't here earlier when the stream started, our next watch party will be Pulp Fiction. One of my favorite movies ever. Top 5 favorite movie of all time for me. Best Quentin Tarantino movie. Probably the best movie of the 90s. And we're going to be doing that as our 1-year anniversary show on Thursday, June 17th. It'll be myself, Mark, and the 3 guys from Real Talk, Gabe, Wes, and Tommy. It's going to be a hoot. If you haven't checked out the Real Talk podcast, that's REEL Talk. Oh my God, those guys crack me up so hard when they talk about movies. I'm telling you. Just if you want to know what you're going to be in for this Pulp Fiction watch party, check out the Real Talk podcast. I'm telling you, it's going to be a hoot, and I cannot wait. I can't believe we're approaching our 1-year anniversary. I'm baffled, honestly. All right. So, again, prayers out to Master Pesina and his family. Dion, Davis, Tony, thank you so much for sticking around despite, obviously Master Pesina couldn't make it, but thank you for sticking with us anyway. I had fun rewatching this movie with the guys. Everybody in the chat, Norton, Chen, Efren, Shay Smithers, Farty McFly, Ian. I said it right. And Nick, like everybody who stuck around with us, thank you so much. It means like the absolute world to me that despite that, the family emergency or whatever happened, you guys still stuck with us. So thank you so much. It means a lot to me, like a lot. So yeah, we can't wait to have all you guys back on. Again, stay tuned for all the content that Mark just spoke of. And yeah. So I guess we'll call it a night here. Stick around for the promos because, again, the Pulp Fiction watch party and, of course, Kush from the Hub, Giants YouTuber, will be here in 2 weeks. And next week, Laura and Nick from the Review Roulette podcast will be here to chop it up with us. That'll be a good time to hang out. Very looking forward to having them on. They were on our show last week. They filled it at the last minute, so did Tony, and we had a blast. We can't wait to have them back on, and be sure to check out the Review Roulette podcast as well. So that being said, we'll close it out at night. I know it's getting late here, so we ask you to please like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like syphilis. Spread it like the Outworld Empire. So the USA, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Dallas, Texas, to Chicago, Illinois, Louisville, Kentucky, and of course, over here in Syracuse, New York, we ask you to, and all of our fans around the world at Nerd Cage Live, we ask you to enjoy life, stay safe, and good night.
Sayonara.
Take care, y'all.
And boom.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Kush from the Hub, and I just want to let y'all know that on Thursday, May 13 at 8 p.m., I'll be appearing on Nerd Cage Live to chop it up with him. We're going to be talking a lot of stuff. Real excited for it. Hope to see you guys there.
Does he look like a bitch?
Mark, can you believe we are closing in on our 1-year anniversary?
Man, it feels like it was literally a week ago when we started this thing.
So that being said,
We're gonna do a watch party for one of my favorite movies, Pulp Fiction, and who better to do that with than our friends at Real Talk, a movie podcast. So joining us is gonna be Gabe Conway, Wesley Jones, and Tommy Wood.
be there, honey bunny. Thursday, June 17th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central.
Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about Nerd Cage Live!